About to go live, got all eyes on me. Give a damn what they talk about, got soldiers ride with me. And they know I'm lethal, I got my reach. Said I was gonna get it. They gon' see it, but they ain't gon' believe. Can't stop, I can't now. Hold on, let me get the breakdown. Train to go like a K now. I'm about to let my light shine. We piped up, turn the pipe down. These niggas selling pipe dreams. Baby girl, you sweet as ice cream, and I need, you better believe. Sit back, look at my cheeks. Why you had to check my demeanor? Competition ain't free. I'm about to take him to the cleats. They gon' get started depressed. Please not start no mess. These niggas petty, and I'm not impressed. I have him holding his chest, like he having heart attacks. Told you I'm hard to death. I know that they see it, but they don't believe. Look at him so misleading. 144, mission complete. We undefeated, you better believe. Fuck being equal, I'm getting equal. Drop a line note, like a bi-motor. Prepare for the fallout. One way solid, what you talking about? Me and my nigga about to ball out. These little nigga better bow out. Tell her rank up, tell her fall out. I'm on my job, I can't call out. I'm in the wind, I want it all now. Don't give a damn about the track record, little nigga, you about to lose today. Look, I got moves to make. You can even move, you can get moved away. Choose your fate. Most of these fools, they fake. Ain't got a card to play. Nigga, ain't hard to break. It's gonna get dark today, like the rest of Sean told the hard way. Nigga, wait out of your league, please believe. About to go live, got all eyes on me. Give a damn what they talk about, got soldiers ride with me. And they know I'm lethal, I got my reach. I'm gon' get it, yeah. Know they gon' see, but they ain't gon' believe. Sick with it, now you know that. Fuck the world, I can't go back. Ain't no coward, I don't know that. Bitch, I'd rather take a toe tag. Run it up, you know I'm good to go. Work my ball, you know I'm good as gold. They want smoke, got revenge naked in my bedroom doing the Tootsie Roll. Big dog niggas, I'm trying. It's my time, you way out of line, way out of bounds. Oh, you ain't noticed the line. That on my flow is a vibe. I know it's gon' be stressful, I know it's gon' be pressure. Gotta stay focused. It's a cool word, baby girl. I should be a soldier, you should be my loaded. It feel like something controlling me, spirit take over me, holding me high with it. Believe me, it's over, look over my shoulder, and I see my soldiers, and they ain't no play. Keep spitting fake, he real, but I'm realer. Fucking lead, I don't feel him. Fucking God, I don't feel him. Cut his eye, I'm about to kill him. Wait, hold up, let me catch the rhythm. Okay, I got it, I'm ready. He crossed that line, he gon' regret it. No high rock, I rock it steady. Hope he keep it going steady. You better believe me, certified, one west solid, it ain't hard to tell. Can't lie, this hard as hell. These people raise this nigga, better watch yourself. I'm getting this mail. Chasing them blue faces like I'm Gargamel. And I work too hard to fail. Glock with me, gotta guard yourself. You know why I keep it, they try to come get me, I'm squeezing, you better believe. About to go live, got all eyes on me. Give a damn what they talk about, got soldiers ride with me. And they know I'm lethal, I got my reach. Now I'm gon' get it, yeah. Know they gon' see, but they ain't gon' believe. Like that.
Y'all know what we do. Y'all know what we came to do. Huh? You young niggas ain't tough. You young niggas ain't tough. You young niggas ain't tough enough. I don't think y'all really wanna fuck with us. I told you we no bitches. I'ma need for you to listen while I paint this perfect picture. We not Christians, watch your mouth. Have them angels in your house. And them people bring you out. Bitch, you know we got that power. And you know we not no cowards. Oh, you on that bullshit? Well, I'm on it too. Oh, you think I'm bullshitting? Wait till I get with ya. If I gotta go to ground, I'ma shut the town down. I ain't about to stop until I hear stand down. All you gonna see is a lot of man down. You dealing with the men of war. We at war. I sided with the Lord, of course. On one accord. We ain't never stopping now. You running now. All my niggas go to ground. We go to ground. You dealing with the men of war. We at war. I sided with the Lord, of course. On one accord.
tryna take. Give me that. I say fuck the devil. You think I'm talking safe? One West in my blood, I'm a U.P.K creation. We don't give a fuck, you can see it in our faces. Got it out the mud, straight up out the base. The world done made me crazy. The world done turned crazy.
You dealing with the men of war. We at war. I sided with the Lord of course. On one accord. We ain't never stopping now. You running now. All my niggas go to ground. We go to ground. You dealing with the men of war. We at war.
They know about
I
that
sided
shit.
with the Lord of course. On one accord. We ain't never stopping now. You running now. All my niggas go to ground.
144,
we go
nigga.
to ground.
You see me riding with them people I be sliding with. We take the truth, ain't no denying it. It's this fire I spit, I got that line script. I put that pressure on them, about to put extra on them. This how the Lord is doing you. Boy, I tried to warn you. We go to ground, I own your time, yeah. You wanna blaze, we in them last days. They tried to keep my niggas locked up in them cages, yeah. I'm in pages, yeah. In them scriptures, yeah. I'm gon' flip it, yeah. I got that shit rockin'. Got that bulletproof heart and spirit, yeah. Retarded with this Glock, I'm gon' give it to you. You with them niggas that's gon' go to ground. Take over and you know your place. Make no mistake. There ain't gon' be no trace, ain't gon' be nothing left. Spit to my last breath, boy better watch yourself. I'm coming with lashes, hey leave them niggas in them ashes. I'm flowing like ashes, they killing the masses. It's cool cause when I meet the king we gon' be masters. Yeah. They say they wanna hear that raw shit. These niggas claiming that they bullshit. These niggas better move it cautious. Cause if they make the wrong move it cautious. They see me, they like, ooh, chemo stop it. I'm on my way up and they ain't gon' stop it. They say they wanna hear that raw shit. Coming up, I'm about to bullshit. They see me, they like, ooh, chemo stop it. I'm on my body, real niggas right beside me. Damn right, I brought my army. Going up like a rocket, and can't nobody stop me. These niggas garbage, so watch your mouth, boy. Coming all black, slithering house, call me mouth, boy. I'm off the hip like a cowboy. I'm a king, you should bow, boy. Shorty like that, man, you cut up. Nothing I can handle. 144 in the booth, going Rambo. Niggas do you dirty like a stick in a bando. That's why I play the corner like a bum with a banjo. I'ma lead by example. Ooh, chemo stop it, got this bitch off the hand. Got this juice, got this drip, about to hit the bitch with the salt. It ain't rap, this is salt. Can't taste a bitch unless you with the coke. They say they wanna hear that raw shit. These niggas claiming that they bullshit. These niggas better move it cautious. Cause if they make the wrong move it cautious. They see me, they like, ooh, chemo stop it. I'm on my way up and they ain't gon' stop it. They say they wanna hear that raw shit. Coming up, I'm about to bullshit.
I do it how a veteran be. You better than me. I'm Reggie at the edge of the key. It's all money, no honey. Think you settling? See, you locked up, fucked up, and it's back to the streets. It's One West. You can check the residency. I reside where soldiers died on the soles of their feet. Cause there's death before designer. Ain't no coward in me. Cause I'm cold as a bitch's shoulder. You ain't calling a week. Get the cooking on this beat. Hope you like it well done. Got them killers rolling with me and they all red rum. Got you fuckers scared some. Get the banging on this beat till my fucking head numb. Black block, red drums, black and yellow air ones. Homie, you ain't got a vest. I suggest you wear one.
Told these niggas we was going up. They was doing a lot of talking, now these niggas ain't saying shit.
Feeling like a legend in this shit. Lil nigga, I'm past veteran. Never feeling third. Lil nigga, I'm past second. Guns, I gotta have them all like Ash Ketchum. Shotty break a nigga ribs up like his wife left him. We all stepping. Kill you with kindness cause I'm dead nice. That 5'7" put you 6 feet, not talking height. That judge giving out 5 but you do doing life. These hands are rude GPS, a mean right. That's mean right, we build different, you know the vibes. And we stamped it authentic, we notarized. I keep a 144 because I know a God. Noah's Ark, you know I'm with animals when we flowing by. We back again, no cap, when I'm with Cap again. Yeah, they say they want smoke until we matching them. Everything righteous, so you know when we get back at them, you get hit up with a K, but no acronym.
They say they wanna hear that raw shit. These niggas claiming that they boss shit. These niggas better move and coach shit. Cause if they make the wrong move, it cost shit. See me, they like, ooh, keep on stopping. I'm on my way up and they ain't gon' stop it. They say they wanna hear that raw shit. Coming up, I'm about to boss shit.
I'd rather die like a man than live like a coward. There's a ghetto up in heaven and it's ours. Black power, 144,000. I'm just trying to make 144,000. 144,000. I'm just trying to make 144,000. One body, one faith, one Lord. Feel like I can take over the world with one sword. 144,000 men on one accord. Not being in this army is something you can't afford. Real niggas across the board, ain't no suckers round us. You was looking for the truth, well that's how you found us. Now it's time to lace your boots up. We got the order from the king, round the troops up. Let's go to war and die defending this nation if we gotta. Ain't no stopping us now. The chosen people of the power, standing strong like a man. Cause in our camp it ain't no cowards. 144 grand, nigga, and step before dishonor. Rather die like a man than live like a coward. There's a ghetto up in heaven and it's ours. I'd rather die like a man than live like a coward. There's a ghetto up in heaven and it's ours. Black power, 144,000. I'm just trying to make 144,000. 144,000. I'm just trying to make 144,000. I'm sick and tired of watching niggas get smoked. Work 80 hours a week and then a nigga still broke. Don't let that same nigga try to sell dope. They give him 100 years and then that nigga can't cope. Murder she wrote, they got their foot on our neck. We don't own no damn land, but yet we reppin' our set. Are you prepared for what's next? Babylon is falling, Esau has to fall, so Jacob can get the ball in. Many are called and all, I'm standing tall. I just did a roll call and all my dogs, we all in. 7,000 men who haven't bowed to idols. Remember that we the people they talked about in the Bible. Rather die like a man than live like a coward. There's a ghetto up in heaven and it's ours. I'd rather die like a man than live like a coward. There's a ghetto up in heaven and it's ours. Black power, 144,000. I'm just trying to make 144,000. 144,000. I'm just trying to make 144,000. Hearing lies on the news and lies from the reverend. I might not be a nigga by the time I get to heaven, man. It's time for the truth. I'm tired of oppression. They won't call me a nigga by the time I get to heaven. Hearing lies on the news and lies from the reverend. I might not be a nigga by the time I get to heaven, man. It's time for the truth. I'm tired of oppression. They won't call me a nigga by the time I get to heaven. Rather die like a man than live like a coward. There's a ghetto up in heaven and it's ours. I'd rather die like a man than live like a coward. There's a ghetto up in heaven and it's ours. Black power, 144,000. I'm just trying to make 144,000. 144,000. I'm just trying to make 144,000. Rather die like a man than live like a coward. There's a ghetto up in heaven and it's ours. I'd rather die like a man than live like a coward. There's a ghetto up in heaven and it's ours. Black power.
Top, man, shit. Make sure you let these niggas know what time it is, man. You know what I'm saying? Get on this motherfucker. Let these niggas know what time it is, you understand? We royalty, nigga.
King Ty really one of the realest. I survived drive-bys from them killers. Like I got 9 lives, I got 9 wives. I said fine wine with them bitches. I'm spitting fire bombs in your city. I got like 8 or 9 niggas with me. And we all ready to die in a minute. One West, we the best in the business. I get offended, I fuck niggas spend it. Talking they get it, but niggas is timid. Rappers is softer than linen. Catch me out parking lot pimping. What more could I give them? I've been the hottest forever. Why would I lie about cheddar? I could do better. I just put loyalty first. Royalty coming whenever. Pull off in a Jetta. Curvy, she on me, you sweater. My soul like wearing a sweater in summertime weather. Haters so salty, no pepper. You not that seasoned or clever. I'm with the rebel. Used to pump bass with the treble. Baking a cake in a kettle. I used to cook up the work. Now I just cook with the metal. Gotta keep foot to the pedal. Yeah, let me give the gas on the highway. Let the music blast on the calm day. Break the Glock down into 3 parts. Put the 3 together like my Najee. Sipping like Bombay with my enclave. Got my mind made. Ain't no time waste. No. Eating prime steak with a fine date at a fine place. Getting violated.
Hey, listen. I already told these niggas. You understand? I called up King Ty. He say, what's up? I say, what's good, my lord? Listen, he like, listen. These niggas ain't ready for none of this. You understand? I said, listen, if the nigga ain't one West, he ain't got it on his arm or his chest. I don't give a fuck about the nigga. It's just me and my niggas. We royalty, yeah.
I got the hammer, you running, man. Come through your window like rubber man. Snapping your neck like a rubber band. Talk to my jaw like the sun is set. He told me murder you rappers. Uppercut sending you vertical actors. Y'all got me coming with verbal attackers. I might attack you type physical too. So y'all be rhyming the way y'all be shining. I'm blinding these rappers like Mr. Magoo. These haters miserable, we indivisible. Look at these haters like they got no clue. They hold up ones in them W's. Really, bro, don't get too comfortable. If you ain't cut from the cloth, co-signed by the boss, then we do not fuck with you. Cause you wouldn't last here. I told you the same shit last year.
Already told.
Keep talking that trash, I have a car, come kick your ass in.
Already know.
Your jaw like glassware. We pull up, not rocking no mask there. Don't care if you spot us, you know how you got us. It's over, you saying your last prayer.
Go ahead.
Where's he going with this shit? Cause tonight you belong to me. I'm from One West headquarters. Follow my captain's orders. Live in the land of pain and torture. No straw, but they want their mortar. Tell Trump, fuck borders. P.S. prepare for slaughter. Never take their sons and daughters. Never give them alls in return. Niggas never wanna learn. Till they laying in the urn. Babylon, Babylon, Babylon. You got to burn. Even if I gotta go with it. So fuck it, is you with it? Niggas never feel froggy, they just wanna rip it. If I see a bad bitch, then I gotta rip it. Your lip looking like the Red Sea when I split it. Tell me why that flow so vicious. Every time he switches, beat a nigga ass like mama did with switches. You niggas looking real gay. Where are the bitches? I mean, where are the sisters? Better stay away from witches. That's a brouhaha. Love me if she brew ya. White people he brew now. If you didn't know, then you do now. You belong to me. Yeah. Alright. This nigga's bonkers. From the same city as the Knickerbockers. Name ring bells from here to Yonkers. Or Nicaragua. You niggas too thirsty, you need some agua. I ain't talking Fina. When they kill my dog, I ain't hear shit from Peter. These niggas talk Kent, but they really mean FEMA. Haven't cut the eye, got more stripes than Adidas. If you ain't a bad bitch, then get the fuck off my penis. 1-2 step with a meat tree drip. Keep my circle tighter than my meat tree is. If I don't fuck with you, you a piece of shit. When I dip, you dip, we dip, we dip. This the type of shit that I sing to my bitch. No 6ix9ine, we don't sing no snitch. Gotta love that bass. Social distance, I love my space. Tell Karen, get the fuck out my face. We ain't never switching up on our race. You belong to me. It's you, baby. One more time. Gotta love that bass. Social distance, I love my space. Tell Karen, get the fuck out my face. We ain't never switching up on our race. Cause you belong to me. One more time for the ladies in the back, eh?
One West. Yeah. I'ma do it when you afraid to do it. I'ma say what you ain't gon' say. I'ma tell you what you need to hear. This life, they got us fucked up, man. Real fucked up. Look. Feel me one time. Look. Yo. I know struggle, I know pain. I know my people strung off with the dope to cope with the long days. I know this place called America. I know this place where they deal with us like homeland terrorists. I know this place got us fucked up. I know this place got us positioned so we never try to stand up. I know this place wanna see me sleep. And when it come to my people, they love to see a black man weak. But it's survival of the fittest. And when it comes to the Lord, best believe we gon' get it. Rise Israel, rise. Fuck the devil for his lies. Fuck the devil for his lies. Rise Israel, rise. Fuck the devil for his lies. Fuck the devil for his lies. Rise Israel, rise. Rise Israel, rise. Yeah, look, this ain't a place you wanna be, where you can surrender from a flea and still be dead in the streets. This white man, he play for keeps, and when it comes to his love, you should never wanna see. I want war, fuck peace. I want war, fuck peace. I want them dead in the streets. I want war, fuck peace. I want them dead in the streets. I want them dead in the streets. Yeah, so prepare them troops, because my king come through, he gon' show you what it do. Death to all you other nations, you had a hand in the equation for this hell I be facing. See, man, y'all think it's a game when we bring it to you like this, man. I gotta give you the truth. When they lie to you, you love the lies cause it tastes sweet. But it's truth bitter, and it hits you straight in the core, man. But you need it. One West shit. Now, I got the pleasure to introduce you to that Philly barbarian. Hey yo, Salakia cat, you had something to say?
Rise Israel. All this pain and it's hard to cope. Your situation stay the same, so it's hard to hope. You say you tired of moving cane, now they call you broke. There's new rules to the game, you ain't hardly know. So that's why you gotta play it smarter. I'd rather die on my feet as a man than a martyr. That's just a lesson for my daughters. Just know their father gave his life just to build you a fortress, so you would always be protected. Just know you living in a world where you gon' feel neglected. I tell you while you young, just so you'll expect it. And when that fake love come, you can reject it. But this is hectic, give me one more second. I just hope you make the same choices and never reckless. I don't want you losing your innocence prematurely. For you, I'll be judge, executioner, and the jury. And just know you worth all the diamonds and all the jewelry. Every single ruby, and never shine way that you be. That's why if they wanna hurt you, they gotta go through me. And even if I can't be by your side physically, I just want my baby girls to rise out this misery. That's why I be working and despise every enemy, cause they wanna separate our bond and our memory. So I fight for victory, and I fight for pain, and I fight so you don't have to ever do the same. Until I rise again.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Ever since it's a COVID-19, everybody does a talk about vaccine. One to the vaccine when the pot clean. Corporation need vaccine. We say vaccine, vaccine, vaccine. One to the vaccine for the crack fiend. One to the vaccine for the vaccine. They afraid them shoot our son when the cops see him. Hey, where the vaccine? One to the vaccine when the pot clean. One to the vaccine from the crime scene. Little ghetto youth fold up like napkin. We need a vaccine at the ghetto car. Our struggles are no similes and no metaphor. If we ghetto youth dream, if we get a car, buy a house, try make it out. Nuff no get so far. Nuff no live so long, we get vaccine. Ghetto people no want to no vaccine. If it's not a vaccine, for we start cream and can live a better life and stop dream. For the youth them way in a jailhouse, we still no get charged, can't get no bail out. We say vaccine, what for make no see road quarantine. How we want to do that over. Vaccine, vaccine, vaccine. One to the vaccine for the crack fiend. One to the vaccine for the vaccine. We afraid them shoot our son when the cops see him. Hey, Hey, where the vaccine? One to the vaccine when the pot clean. One to the vaccine pan the crime scene. Little ghetto youth fold up like napkin. We need a vaccine for real, cause some evil people them be will lead us. Foot power next time for you no ease off. Me no trust Babylon, we need a vaccine. For them stop, deceive the poor and every workplace start. Give people more vaccine. Me nah lie, we need the cure. For police stop, kick in we door. We need a vaccine for bust the aisle mill, fi cut the pipe in. Look how long, aisle price drop. But JPS I give we some fuckery like Billy Walla who no fi. Go hey, yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. U.P.K got the vaccine. Mr. General YAHANNA have the vaccine. General Myman have the vaccine. Big Captain Mashak got the vaccine. Hey, Nayatap got the vaccine. Hey, Abada one got the vaccine. Hey, Akaya got the vaccine. Bakawar got the vaccine. Hey. Ever since it's a COVID-19, everybody does a talk about vaccine. One to the vaccine when the pot clean. Corporation need vaccine. Me say vaccine. Vaccine.
They killed, give me Isaiah 14 and 21. They did the same thing to my people. So you said that they put billions of my taxes. Should a murderer go to jail for murdering? Absolutely. Should a thief go to jail when he steals? Absolutely. Should a robber pay back the money he robbed? Absolutely. So why shouldn't the white man pay for what he did? That's right. That's right. One day you'll see just how it feels. Payback is a
was never expected to grow. Just obstacles set in the road, that a result of me selling my soul. The story I'm telling is cold, but yet it's what everyone knows. The white man's the devil is known. America was never our home, only a place of captivity, saved facility, hating, disfigure me. They claim that I'm lazy, be killing me. Maybe this slavery draining my energy. 400 years and counting, the trail of my tears is countless. Main fact that I'm here is astounding, but I can't wait till this shit is surrounded. Ready to tangle my king and the angels, be ready to rap. Cracking the sky, nuclear missiles will make it official. I'm capturing every crack and surviving. Put them all in chains where they need to be, slavery for me. And let the whole world see that with them in the cages, safer in the streets. Put the dog on a leash, get resolved for the beast. 144, get the ruler show, we could all be at peace. As soon as the trumpets are sound, your kingdom we busting it down. The only way justice is found, the time for your judgment is now.
You'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a
Look, ain't no remorse in my blood, Slim. It won't be no compromise. Now it's time to feed the worms. Watch his body turn to flies. I clutch iron while you trust the lies. The next Glock I buy gon' be Gen 5. I get it customized. And sending shots off like farewell. Praying payback come back around like a carousel. Still remember YAHANNA's words ringing in my head like bells. Said you in this body, you fit a Lord, fuck the cartel. Triangle choke, apply pressure to the game like I did Vondale. Payback's a bitch in a dress, she a bombshell. Revenge is served cold, I just hope they make an oxtail. Glock fresh out the box, I swear got that new car smell. Made myself a target in the world of mad shooters. Devils design 5 for our babies to pass through. And the day of our king's reign, I
not be overzealous. They bought my jealous, I bought brand new parabellums.
You see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog.
What's going on, Akim? What's going on?
Oh, Cap.
Shalom, Mr. Thumb.
Shalom, yep, shalom, thumb.
All right, I think Captain Mashak said he's gonna be in just now, okay? So we can just hold it down for him. So who we have in the house? We have Captain Kahan. Yeah.
Shalom. Shalom, Cap.
Shalom. Then we have Captain Sakawar. What's going on, Prince?
What's going on, sir? How y'all doing, man? Good to see y'all. Good to be back.
Good.
I know it's been a little minute.
Yeah, sure, man. Yeah. Then Kazak Ahmad. What's going on, brother?
Okay, sir.
Good. I see you doing anything in DC. Go ahead.
Most High Christ, sir.
Yeah. Most High Christ. And so YAHANNA.
Yeah, right.
So you all doing tonight? You know what I mean? We have some good stories to hit on. You know what I mean? Some good stories to hit on. You know what I mean? So I don't know where y'all wanna swing it. I mean,
I want to start with that first story, Cap. And the Asian, the first story, the Asian store owner.
Yeah, good start there. That's a good one. That's a real good one. Especially with the climate we're in right now.
Come sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
Kawakan, killing the 14-year-old Cyrus Carmack Belton by South Carolina gas station owner recalls 1991 death of Latasha Harlins. The case of Cyrus Carmack Belton, a 14-year-old who was allegedly shot and killed in Columbia, South Carolina by a convenience store owner who suspected the young boy of shoplifting a bottle of water, immediately sparked
because I just for I'll say edification's sake, right? Could somebody pull up that story with Latasha to see why they say it's, you know, I mean, it's close. I mean, it seems like something close to it, because I noticed that I think Netflix had a documentary on it also too. But for brothers and sisters who don't know it, you know what I mean, so that they'll see why they're saying it's linked to it.
So, like I said, it kind of mentions it in this article as well. If you want me to read that, skip down.
Yeah, you can skip down and read that part.
Kawakan, sir. Harlins was 15 years old when she was shot and killed in a convenience store in L.A. after the store owner, Soon Jadu, suspected her of stealing a bottle of orange juice.
So this is another what? Another Chinese, more let's say Moabite.
Okay, sir.
You know what I mean? Another Moabite. Kill, you know what I mean? Our sister. What's her name? Latasha what?
Latasha Harlins, sir.
Latasha Harlins. Is this this is where the riot started with? Did they have a riot because of this?
Kawakan, sir. It talks about it right here, sir, if I may.
Go ahead. My bad.
Kawakan,
Go ahead.
sir. Kawakan. The 1991 killing of Latasha Harlins, whose shooting death at the hands of a Korean convenience store owner prompted outrage and further inflamed racial tensions in L.A.
Mm-hmm.
Bakan, yeah, that's where the riots came from, sir.
Right. This goes to show you understand? They think it's an open field on blacks, you know what I mean, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian. You understand? And did they say why he shot the boy? What's his reason behind it?
Kawakan, sir.
Yeah, go ahead and read the reason behind it. Let's see if it's a good enough reason.
Kawakan. He did not shoplift anything. We have no evidence that he stole anything whatsoever, Richland County Sheriff Leon Lott said during a news conference on Monday. Rick Chow, the store owner, and his son chased Carmack Belton and shot him from behind with a pistol outside the store, authorities said. At some point, the son said that the victim had a gun, and we did recover a gun that was close to his body. At that point, the father shot the young man in the back, Lott said. Chow, who is Asian American, was charged with murder for the May 28th shooting and was denied bond on Tuesday. Even if he...
No, go ahead. I just saying good.
Kawakan, sir. Even if he had shoplifted 4 bottles of water, which is what he initially took out of the cooler and then put them back, even if he had done that, that's not something you shoot anybody over.
Who needs a class on that? Who needs a class on that to let you know you don't kill somebody over a bottle of water?
Right.
Like they don't, you know what I mean? And this is who the oppressor, you know what I mean, is bringing into the community.
Right.
Bringing into our community or allowing to come into our community. And because of the black leadership, they've basically allowed to come in and do, you know what I mean, set up shop.
Right.
Yeah. So, and this is the what? Go ahead, Kahan, Cap.
And I just want to say one thing, Cap. Sorry, I got disconnected earlier. But the same black leaders that told us to stop Asian hate. This was the Asian that shot this brother. Where they at now?
Yep.
The same one that told us to stop Asian hate. Here it is, a young brother get gunned down over a bottle of water. And I think what they're saying that he wouldn't even shoplift.
Right.
But I think that's what the story is saying. And then they shot this brother. And where they at? The same ones, see, their volume get turned low when it comes to incidents like this. But when that incident happened in Atlanta, at that Asian whorehouse disguised as a massage parlor, when somebody got shot over there, they had a whole campaign. They had black children outside holding signs that say "Stop Asian Hate." So what's the counter to what happened in South Carolina? They're not saying nothing, man, because they just pawns. So like I yield.
If I could, sir, if I could get a scripture, if I could get Isaiah chapter 16, verse 6. And what brothers and sisters have to understand, like Captain Iron alluded to, by connecting this story to the sister who got killed back there in California all those years ago. This is something that has been a continuing issue in the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian community. Latasha Harlins. I remember when this happened when I was a kid.
Ready?
I'll call for you out when I'm ready. You know what I'm saying? Like back when that thing happened in the late 90s, I remember that happening. You know what I'm saying? Because in our community, in our neighborhood, you know, that was the primary convenience store owners was those Asians. So whether you're going to get some Chinese food, whether you was going to go to the store to just get some little candies or whatever, those Moabites were so goddamn proud and looked down on black people with such a disdain and a hatred that they wouldn't let you. You shopping at this store every day. Every day you're going to get some sugar, going to get some candy, you're going to get some soda, going to get something after school. You got a whole 4 or 5 year relationship you've been buying from these Asians. One day you 5 cents short on the food, they won't let you slide for 5 cents. You know what I'm saying? You a quarter short. He know he gonna see you later on in the day. You ain't got the quarter. He still won't let you go. You know what I'm saying? And that sister getting murdered down there in California when it happened back in the 1990s was strictly off of the pride that the Moabites had in believing that they had authority and power over us that where they were never given. You know what I'm saying? And it's continuing to this day. That Asian hate thing did nothing but embolden those people and further feeling as though they can assert themselves and be in a position of authority over the Lord's chosen people when it was never meant to be so. You know what I'm saying? If you could, Isaiah chapter 16, verse 6.
The book of Isaiah chapter 16 and verse 6. We have heard the pride of Moab. He is very proud. Even his haughtiness and his pride and his wrath, but his lies shall not be so.
You understand? The Lord said he heard the pride of these Moabites. And like Captain Kahan alluded to, those same leaders that have been failing us for generations had the nerve to get out there and stand up and go arm in arm and hand in hand with those Asians over one of them getting shot. When we die every day in these streets in America and nobody says nothing about the Lord's chosen people. Nobody pleads for them and calls for justice except for the men of the I.S.U.P.K under Commander General YAHANNA. But these slanty-eyed devils, you understand, have always had a hatred for the Lord's people, and they are proud. You understand? That's proud right. And haughty and look down on everybody for what? Right. They're the most deviant, diabolical, evil people on the planet Earth. What they do to a goddamn frog and a snail and an octopus out of the ocean is unbelievable. They eating things, living and cutting it up and dissecting it. Salaki, sir.
What about a dog? What about the dog and the cat?
The dog, the cat, beat the dog over the head and then skin the dog in the boiling water while he's still alive and then roast them and cut them. Like, they are absolutely evil, disgusting, diabolical people. And everything they do is done out of pride, done out of a sense of, man, who gonna stop me? Who gonna get in my way? And that is how they have always looked at the Lord's chosen people. But the Most High said their lives shall not be so. You understand? And in this situation, they lied on his brother about stealing these waters. And with the sister back in the 90s, they lied on her about stealing something out of their goddamn convenience store. And even if he did steal the waters, even if that sister did what they claim that she was doing, you know what I'm saying? Follow the goddamn process and the laws that is established here in this country. You go call your insurance, you understand? You go call whoever you got to call the authorities. But for you to have the pride and the wrath to think that you can take justice into your own hands and murder somebody in the streets over a goddamn candy bar or over 4 bottles of water when you're going to recoup whatever losses you took over those goddamn waters, you got to be a cruel, disgusting, evil monster. And the Lord knows the spirit of these devils, man.
That's right. That's right. Give me
can I say one thing, Captain?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I didn't mean to cut you off, Captain Salaki.
No. Go ahead. I go with. Go ahead.
Hey, Cap, this store owner, he shot at people before. They saying that this ain't the first time. He used to just shooting at people, man. This Chinese, whatever name is, Mr. Chow, he done shot at people before. They got an article where they saying that, man, this man done shot at people before at the store. They wasn't doing that. So here we have it. And you know, once again, another person I want to thank is Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.
Yeah.
I got to keep giving thanks. I got to keep giving credit where credit is due. Because remember, he told us to integrate. And now, instead of having our own mom and pop stores, we got to go to these heathens who come over here and can't speak a lick of English, You know what I'm saying? These Chinese people can't speak a lick of English. Come over here and then shoot our brothers, man. You understand? And we look, if that was a Benjamite store or a Latino store, that wouldn't have happened like that, man. You don't never hear about no bodega or no spot like that. He's shooting at people all the time in the store. You know what I'm saying? They got an article about that I just ran across. So this is what go on when you integrate. That's why the scriptures say in the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, it says that curse gonna be our basket and our store. We don't have a basket we don't have a store in a basket. We don't have a way we can have our own economy in this place, man. But guess what? They come over here, the Asians come over here. Why? Because they're the model minority. The white man get them a pass. Our oppressor get them a pass, set them up with a business, and then pass a crime bill saying stop Asian hate. And then what does that do? That fuel them with more rage for to kill you. Now here we are. Our leaders, keep in mind, our leaders then went down there and passed a bill saying stop Asian hate while our sons are getting shot by Asians.
Right. And ain't none of our sons shot no Asians for them to say stop Asian hate.
The water.
You understand?
We ain't did nothing to Asians. We ain't did nothing to the Asians, none of that. You know what I'm saying? What are we doing? Like they want to try to make it like we just beating up Asians and all that stuff, man. You understand?
Right.
Look at what's going on in our community. We don't control nothing in our community, man. Why? Because they allow these heathens to come in. This is why you got to join the I.S.U.P.K. It's time to take back what's ours. And when I say ours, I mean our integrity. Time to take it back. You know what I'm saying? Enough. It's time to separate the boys from the men now. It's playtime over with.
That's right.
All this shucking and jiving going on is about to stop. So like our year.
That's right. Give me Zephaniah, I think is 2 and 9, I believe. Zephaniah 2 and 9. All right. And now, you know what I mean, like with these Moabites, these Ammonites and them, you know what I mean, as I say, they're coming into our community. Now, if we had, you know what I mean, had control over our community and we had our people in there, as Khan was saying, that would have never happened. More than likely, the store owner would have want to talk to either your pops or your mom. You understand what I'm saying? To let you know, yo, your daughter took this from my store without paying. Your son took this from the store without paying. You understand? These so-called Moabites or these Asians in your community for 10 years, you telling me they don't know everybody in our community? You're taking all the money. You're taking all the money and sending it back to Asia. You know what I mean? Or wherever they come from. You know them. But you just want to be another oppressor. You just want to look down, you know what I mean, on us. You know what I mean? Be so prideful. You understand? I mean, you want to feel good about yourself. You understand? So you know what I mean? You run down a young brother. How old he was? 14? 14 years old? You run down a 14-year-old. That sounds like a punk and a coward. You understand? And you're a grown man, and you run on a child, and you're going to shoot that child in the back for some water that you assume he stole from you. You don't deserve jail time. That's mercy. You understand? And you better thank the Lord that Christ in back tonight. You better get on your knees. What's his name? Chow?
Right.
Concert.
Yeah, Chow. You should hand that store over to that people. And let them run it now. You understand? Because you can't run a store. We've seen that you can't run a store. Come on.
Damn right. So, like, if I could too, Cap, and this is the thing, them Asians, they don't follow the law. They don't follow the law. They act like they law-abiding citizens, they model minorities. Them Asians, that same 14-year-old could have came in there and bought some beer and bought some cigarettes if he had the money. Them Asians be selling our youth all kind of things they don't supposed to be selling. As long as they may charge them an extra $5, but they don't check no ID up in there. You know what I'm saying? They in there siphoning off money out of our community. But guess what? We'll be the bad guys if we went over there to shut them down tonight. We'll be the bad guys if we ran them out of town tonight.
That's right.
We'll be the villains. If we went up there told him that your services are no longer needed in this community and shut it down and ran him and his family out of the community, then they'd be saying y'all the criminals. You understand?
They'll be like you all haters.
Right.
You're the haters. You know what I mean?
Come.
When they're killing our youths. You know what I mean? The youths, you know, what the girl was 15 years? And to boot too. No, boy oh boy. This is gonna be a rough one too. Because the girl is Latisha or Latosha?
Latasha Harlan, sir.
Latasha.
Come on, sir.
Her killer, how much nights she spent in jail? Because you could pull that up.
I could pull it up, sir.
Yeah. See how much nights her killer spent in jail. Getting shot. I think the woman shot her in the head. Yes, and a kill shot to head. For what? For assuming that she steals something? Come on, who has Zephaniah for me? 2:9, I believe. Come on.
The book of Zephaniah, chapter 2 and verse 9. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, surely Moab shall be as Sodom, and the children of Ammon as Gomorrah.
You understand? The Lord wants to do this. You understand? Not us. You understand? But the Lord. You know what I mean? And we love what the Lord loves. You understand? And the Lord wants to do this. The Lord wants to make these Asians as Sodom and Gomorrah. You understand? He wants them as a pile of ashes, dust. All right? Come, Kazaki, you have it there for me?
Yep, come. It says she was convicted of voluntary manslaughter, but her suspended sentence, 5 years of probation, 400 hours of community service, and a fine, enraged much of LA's black community. So she didn't go to jail at all, sir.
Yeah, she didn't spend one night in jail. So now they're saying that it's similar to this. Boy, black people, you all better be paid down there in South Carolina.
Damn right.
You understand? You better be paid down there in South Carolina. Because he for sure. Come on, Khan.
Hey, sit down. It's like a cap. I'm waiting you finish your point, sir. It's just so heavy.
No, you go ahead. You go ahead. You go ahead.
And you know what's so crazy? Like in South Carolina, you would think this would be a white person in South Carolina, right? Because it's in the South. That shows you how multilateral our oppression is. I mean, it's like a caste system of oppression. The white man he gonna step on you, and then we have the Asian step on you in South Carolina. Well, we built up South Carolina as black people. It's been built off of our backs. And look at these Asians coming over here, and look how they treat you in South Carolina. You know, black people used to own stores in South Carolina before integration. We used to own our own stores, mom and pop stores, before the civil rights movement, where they had us join our oppressors. And then now look, now we can't even get a pass for a bottle of water. Just go to show you right now how low that we done stooped in this place, man. You understand? And this is why Commander General YAHANNA has made a call to all Israelites, brothers and sisters, to join the I.S.U.P.K. Because this right here, let me tell you something. Everybody else ain't doing the job. I'm gonna tell you right now. Right. They out there. Let me tell you, they flogging. They out there faking with it. You know what I'm saying? They flexing and all that, but they ain't really about it. We about it. Make no mistake about it. This right here, and I'm gonna tell you, you ain't gonna see none of these. Where them black politicians in South Carolina? Where that Republican big head nigga that's running for president? That I forgot his name. I forgot that cat. Huh?
I think is it Ted?
It's a black.
I'll look him up. Yeah.
Hey, he's a senator in South Carolina. There's some big head Negro down there. I don't know. I should hop on his Twitter right now and see if he even made a statement about this. He's so concerned about the debt ceiling. Where
Tim Scott,
meanwhile, Salaki,
what's Tim Scott, sir?
That's that Negro. Uncle Tom, Tim Scott.
Timmy.
You know what I'm saying? That nigga, I can almost guarantee you, if we check his social media receipts, he ain't said nothing about this.
Yep.
He's so concerned about white issues and everybody loving everybody. But what about this issue? They never front and center these issues, man. But they want to come out and vote. This 14-year-old brother, this one of our sons. They lost his life. It's one of our children. We don't take it light. We don't take it light. Like I said, if we was to come in these communities and start saying, you know what, you can't operate here no more, and then do a quote unquote fire sale on their business, then they'd be saying, oh, you know what, y'all doing extortion. No, it's called community service. That's what it's called. I call it community service. We serving in the community, and we setting up people who care about the community.
Yes, that's right.
So like, I yield.
I mean, and you're so right too, Kahan, because you know what I mean, like for real, I would like to hear a black, you know what I mean, a store owner that been in an Asian community. I would like for one of them to, you know what I mean, call in, type in, and tell me how the experience was having a store in the Asian community. You understand? I would like that. You know what I mean? But read on so what?
Answer. Right? Even the breeding of nettles and soul pits and the perpetual desolation, the residue of my people shall spoil them, and the remnant of my people shall possess them.
You understand? Like the Lord is written in the book. You understand? That these Asians, they either one going to serve you, or two, the Lord just going, you know what I mean, deal with them viciously. You understand? It's going to happen. You understand? And the way they're dealing with us right now, oh, I know it's pissing off the Lord, because it's pissing us off. So I never pissing us off. I know it's pissing the Lord off tremendously. You understand? You cannot tell me you're going to kill a young boy, 14 years old, who ain't start life as yet, and you'll kill him? Man, that whole Asian family deserves to go to jail. That boy that went and called the father, the city boy name, the Asian boy name, he needs to be in there with his father, telling him how, not to pick up the soap, giving him advice. Since you want to give daddy advice on who take what, and he was lying. You understand? He should be in there too with daddy, right next to daddy.
That's right.
You know what I mean? That store needs to be shut down. You know what I mean? And it would be sad to hear that black people still venturing in that store. It'd be real sad. But I know we in captivity, so I ain't gonna be shocked. I yield. And any more on that story?
That's pretty much it for that story, sir.
Okay.
If I could, sir, could we go to the Memorial Day shootings in Chicago? I think it's the number 4 on the list.
Come on. Yeah, we could get it.
God.
Chicago shootings. 53 shot, 11 fatally in Memorial Day weekend gun violence across city, police say. Chicago, it's been a violent and deadly Memorial Day weekend in Chicago with at least 53 shot, 11 fatally, police said. The shooting victims range in age from 2 to 77 years old, representing every part of the city. The violence occurred despite a collaborative public safety effort that the new mayor hopes to implement all summer. And sir.
Salaki, because I not go ahead.
Sir. In back of the yards, a man critically wounded in the back and another man was shot in the face in a South Chicago home. Police said 3 people were shot while standing on the sidewalk in the 9100 block of South Harper Avenue when someone drove up and fired at them around 1:45 a.m.
If I could get Amos chapter 5 verse 21, And just just to reiterate to our people, man, every time one of these so-called American holidays come up, we have to remind our people that the Most High is not with any of these gatherings and any of these celebrations. But with this particular, story from this one city, when there's hundreds of shootings and murders that occur all across the country on every single one of these holidays, it's important for our people to understand that this has always been the spirit of these so-called holidays. If you go back, if you was to Google Memorial Day massacres, or if you were to go look up, Halloween killings, if you was to go look up 4th of July shootings, since the inception of this country, since our oppressor came over here and established these holidays, they have been about rioting, drunkenness, fighting, murdering, shooting, killing. And when we join ourselves in our oppressor, in their culture and in their celebrations and in their festivals, we take on that same spirit. You understand? So every year Memorial Day rolls around, there's going to be shootings, there's going to be killings. Every year, 4th of July, in the black community, there's going to be shootings and murders and killings. With all of these holidays that our oppressor has taught us to celebrate, when we do it blindly, we take on the spirit of our oppressor and doing the things that they do. If I could give Amos chapter 5, verse 21.
The book of Amos chapter 5 and verse 21. I despise your feast days, and I will not smell in your solemn assemblies.
And the Most High said that he hates and despises your feast days. What are your feast days? Not the feast days that he gave us. In the Bible, Leviticus, the 23rd chapter, the Lord lists all of the feast days that we are supposed to celebrate. In the book of Esther, it talks about the establishment of the memorial of Purim. You understand? In the book of Ezra, in the book of 1st and 2nd Maccabees, it talks about the establishment of the remembering of Hanukkah and the rededication to the temple. Those are the holy days that the Most High respects. Those are the holy days that he loves and that where his spirit is present. But for so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians here in America, you are not celebrating the things that the Lord told you to celebrate. You have no choice but to be in the spirit of your oppressor. You understand? I know a lot of our people look at it like, oh man, it's just another day off, or it's a day to gather with family and a day to celebrate. Well, when you live in a community and you live in a culture and a society that has taught you to hate yourself, it's taught you to not deal with the issues that exist between family members, to not address the molestation, what I'm saying, and the theft and the robbery and the different things that go on between family members that causes us to be at odds with one another. When you're gathering once every 3 or 4 months for these oppressors holidays, how can you not end up in a fight? How can gunshots not ring out in the backyard and grandma and great auntie and uncle get shot and they got to go to the hospital? We have to understand that the only way that we as a people are going to be able to have a culture and have a community where we can thrive and love one another and come together in unity and to gather together and be able to go to a function and have a good time and there's no fighting and no shooting and no killing is if we in the spirit of the Lord. Only in the I.S.U.P.K and the Commander General YAHANNA have I witnessed, countless numbers of brothers and sisters gathering together in one place, and there's not even a hint of a disagreement. There's not even a hint of anybody having an issue or a problem. And guess what? The drinks are flowing, the music is playing, the sisters are beautiful, the brothers are strong and masculine, and everybody has a good time and love one another because we're gathering in the spirit of the Lord. But when you're not gathering in the spirit of the Most High, when you're gathering in the spirit of your oppressor, you're going to take on the ways of your oppressor, and it's ultimately always going to end in gunfire and death and pain and hurt and trauma, because that is the legacy of our oppressor in our communities. I yield.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. You have any more on that story?
Kawakan, sir.
Go ahead.
Kawakan. Over the weekend, 35-year-old William Hare's family spoke to ABC 7 about what happened to their loved one early Saturday morning in Lakeview. He was there with his best friend. They pulled up, didn't have a chance to do anything. His best friend, thank God, was with him and valiantly tried to save his life and perform CPR. helped him breathe. My son fought for his life, but he was gone, Bill said. Hair was fun of Salaki, sir.
No, I just shaking my head because you know what I mean, the story is sad. It's hearing these stories. Right. You know what I mean, our brothers and sisters, man. You know what I mean? How much was shot? 53 people?
Yep, Kamakan, sir.
11 died?
Fatal. Yep, Kamakan, sir.
Yeah, that's crazy. And that's over a weekend, right?
Kamakan.
And that's just in Chicago alone. You know what I mean? As the captain bringing out, you know what I mean? We have to, you know what I mean, stop celebrating these holidays. Or else, you know what I mean, we gonna continue up to read about this. And it seems as if, you know what I mean, it's getting worse. You know what I mean? It's getting worse. You know what I mean? And the so-called oppressor, he knows what's causing all of this. You understand? He knows. But he rather blame it on these young youths who they just start life. What they know about life? No, nothing. They don't even know why they're under so much oppression. You understand? You promise black people what it is, 40 acres and a mule. Well, if you can't give them that, you can't give them stores, you can't give them somewhere to set up to try and build some type of equity, something. You're only oppressing them. And when you oppress, they know that the major factor to all these killings that are taking place is poverty. It's poverty. Wherever poverty is, you're gonna have a high crime. Yeah, I mean, you can't get around that. I mean, it ain't by coincidence that, you know, I mean, there's so much killing taking place.
Right.
This ain't coincidence. Come on.
Captain, you so right. That's why the Bible says oppression make a wise man mad. Like what's going on in this shit, and it's so heavy. Every time I go to Chicago, I got family in Chicago on the west side and the south side of Chicago, and just going up there, you know, just visiting family, and you know, going up there when they had the Chicago barbecue. It is why brothers should come out to the Chicago barbecue, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Captain YAHANNA. We should all come out there to the barbecue with each other, man, and show the city what real love and real brotherhood and sisterhood look like. I mean, in that city, on just driving through the city, the different zones of that city, especially in the projects, it's like every wall has a memorial, quote unquote, for all the brothers and sisters. And listen, not only do they have a memorial of the person's name, that some of them have murals of the brothers and sisters they lost, and they have the year and the date that they died. And a lot of those dates, if you look at those dates and you trace them back to a calendar, they was on one of probably Esau's holiday, on Memorial, on 4th of July, or on Christmas. Like there's memorials all over the city, along with the invisible lines of the GDs, the BDs, the Vice Lords, the Crips, the Blood, all these different sets that are out there that's marking up territory. Why? To try to survive.
That's it.
Because that's what it is. It's not right what's going on, but we understand they've been left a dream instead of a reality.
Yeah.
They've been given a pipe dream from the civil rights era, and then they have nothing tangible, no stores, no industry, no economy, nothing to build on, so they give them the drug trade. You understand? So now they have the rep of trying to be the boss of the city or the king of the city. You understand? And these different shootouts, and our children and our elderly and people like that get hit in the crossfire, and they become casualties in these street wars. Which is why the Lord say that you want peace, there has to be a peace offering. There's something you must bring. The Bible say this, in what the scripture where it say, when we chose new gods, there was war in the gates. It say that. It wasn't no peace when you chose a new God outside of the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. You know what I'm saying? So these different things that go on in these cities is a damn shame, man. But once again, God look at leadership. Look at who they have in charge over black people in Chicago. Look who they have in charge over black people in America in these positions. All these positions with all these degrees of social justice, all these different quote unquote. Now it's some grassroots groups that's trying to reach out to us. Shout out to that. They know who they are. that's trying to reach out to the UPK and trying to help ease some of the pain and help fix our people. But a lot of these groups are just siphoning money from the federal government, getting money, not really providing the things that our community need in Chicago and every ghetto USA. They don't provide that. But then they be the first one to hop on the TV and say it's the rap music, like some of you crooked cops like to say that it's the music, that it's this. They, you know what I'm saying? They want to throw black people under the bus. They didn't gave up on black people. Let's just keep it real. They didn't gave up on the poor. I.S.U.P.K, we haven't gave up on the poor. We in the trenches. You understand? We are in the trenches. Bible said Aaron stood between the dead and the living, holding the census when the plague came. And that's the I.S.U.P.K. We stand between the dead and the living, speaking God's word. Salaki, I yield.
That's right. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean? We're saying it's so heavy too. Because for real, you all I don't know if you are watching the news with New York, right? With New York and them gangs. Right, they're trying to blame the gangs for all the crimes that's taking place in New York. You know what I mean? And this is just, you know what I mean, as I'm saying, they're pointing the fingers at these young men. Like these young men. What the hell you pointing the fingers at what? These young men? Who created that situation for them? You understand? Remember when them Irish men was running the streets red? What did they turn around and did? They turned around and gave them jobs. Now there is the police, the firemen. You understand? They took care of them. And now they're able to sit up in the community as if they, you know what I mean, as if they're what they call like outstanding citizens. You understand? And now looking down on young black men. I told you these young black men, they're the future. You understand? And you're treating them like that? Where's the job for black people? Where's the jobs? I know America. I know you have all the money in the world. We've seen all the equipment Ukraine getting.
That's
all
right.
All the equipment Ukraine getting. All the money Ukraine getting. We're seeing that America has money. So they have ways of doing what? You tell me how much millions they send around? Hey, because look at how much millions they sent across there to Ukraine.
Salaka, sir, I think it was billions.
Come on.
Yeah, billions. And they're still sending. You understand? They passed a budget for over what, 800 and something, either million or billion. Look up how much the budget was for the military this year.
Salaki, Captain, if I can say one thing while you look it up there for you, sir. When you look at how much money they send in Ukraine, now keep in mind, they don't really start in the rules of war. I think according to the Geneva Convention, I think in general, you don't really start building up a country until the war is over with, so you can see where the spoils of war go. They sending that money over there while the war is going on. Like it ain't just for military weapons, it's for infrastructure. Something we desperately need in our own communities in America. But we don't get money for infrastructure. They don't give us an industry for our youth. You know what I'm saying? They don't do that. They don't create that for us. Like you said, Captain, it's a heavy point, man. You know what I'm saying? And we pay taxes. The Ukrainians don't pay America taxes. We do.
None whatsoever.
Right.
So like I yield, sir.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes, like sir. It's 30. America sent Ukraine $30 billion so far, and the military budget for the U.S. is $842 billion.
Good night.
God, sir.
Good night. So you know what I'm saying, right? If a black man wanted to go join the military, he could go join it right now and get paid. You understand?
Exactly.
But black men, you know, we have a little more sense than that. We know that, you know, signing up for the military, go and fight their war. You know what I mean? We ain't, you know what I mean? We ain't for that. That's their war. We have a war going on right now in our community. Our black men are dying at alarming rates. Women, we're losing kids at alarming rate. Abortion, You understand? And now you want to go take with sons to go ship them off to go fight your war? No. You understand?
And if I could,
so go ahead.
Nah, so like I said, I was just gonna say that shows you where the priorities of this place lie. You know what I'm saying? Like we are not a priority, like the scripture says in Zephaniah 2, 2:1. You gather yourselves together, O nation that desire. Like all of the money that they're putting in to fund this war in Ukraine and to fund the stability of those people, at the same time fighting actively to keep our people locked up at the border, stopping our people from coming into the country. You know what I'm saying? All the money they pouring into law enforcement, all the money they pouring into border patrol, all the money they pouring into, you know, this military action over there in Ukraine. America is not at any shortage of resources or funds, but they are when it comes to us, because we are not there. We are not what's important to them. And so that's why we have to be important to one another. And the only way we're going to understand that and acknowledge that is if we recognize that we are important to the Lord. Get back to serving the Most High and doing what the Most High said to do. Then guess what? We'll have the protection that we need. We'll have the resources that we need, and we'll be able to deal with this oppressor for who he truly is, and understand that the only love and respect and appreciation that we ever could expect to receive is from one another.
So, like, can I say one thing? There's a statement that Mayor Johnson said in this article. I want to know if we can read that if I can. What it says in a statement that because he said something, and it's really like they really telling on themselves about that how bad this problem has got in Chicago and many other dilapidated cities in America. Like it's let me see, it's right here. Let me see if I can.
I got it right here, sir. I believe you're talking about this part, sir. Poverty didn't go away over the weekend. Like,
okay, I think it's the one where. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, keep reading, Salaki. You getting to
it? Come on, sir. Like, we understand that when communities have been disinvested in and traumatized, that you are seeing the manifestation of that trauma. Mayor Johnson said.
Right. So he's saying, the Mayor Johnson saying that this is a deeper issue. This is a deeper issue. That trauma, all the being a quote unquote a product of your environment, as they say, it didn't go away. Like they think that poverty supposed to pause on Memorial Day, that poverty supposed to pause on December 25th, that poverty supposed to pause when the white man has his parades, oppressor have their parades or whatnot. Poverty is not on pause. It's a ripple effect of it that goes on in our communities. I get more please, my brother.
In a statement, Mayor Johnson added, "The violence our city experienced this weekend is intolerable. It produced pain and trauma that devastated communities across Chicago, and my heart breaks for everyone affected. That's why, as mayor, I am committed to leveraging every single resource at our disposal to protect every single life in our city. This holiday weekend, thousands of police officers, first responders, city workers, business leaders, organizers, faith leaders, and violence interrupters tirelessly dedicated themselves to keeping Chicago safe."
So hold on, pause for a minute. I hope you all listen to what Kazak reading right now. The mayor, he knows the problem. What did the mayor say the problem is?
Poverty, sir. Poverty and trauma.
Okay. So he said the problem is poverty, right?
Right.
So he gonna give money to more police officers and more first responders.
Right.
That's how it help poverty.
Right. You want to police the poverty?
That's exactly what they want to do. In other words, you be poor and you starve, Negro. You starve. You understand? That's what they want. They want you to be poor and just sit down and do nothing about it. Is you crazy? We don't love we kids.
Right.
We want to hear we kids cry and say, "Daddy, you're hungry," and there's no food in the house to eat. Is you crazy, mayor? Nobody care about police in that time, man. My son hungry. My daughter hungry.
It's lucky, sir, if I may too.
Go ahead.
Sorry, if I may. And what you're saying is so heavy, sir. And just for those Uncle Toms out there and those oppressors that may be watching, okay, this phenomenon that's where crime and poverty is directly linked is not specific to the Black and Hispanic community. If you really go look and take a look at the history of the United States, okay, the gangs were created by the Italians and the Irish and the Jewish man in America in response to the severe poverty that they faced when they came over as immigrants to America. And the United States understood that the crime that's being committed by these Italians, these Irish, and these Jewish gangs is because of the severe poverty and lack of jobs and economics. And what the United States did, come on,
just to throw in survival. But go ahead for survival.
Come on, sir. Right. And what the United States did, like you said, instead of trying to rally together business leaders and faith leaders, like this wasn't the problem that they said we got to pray on and we got to take it to church and we got to have think tanks about. They understood what the solution was, and they gave the Italians the jobs as the Irish the jobs as the firefighters, and the Italians all the construction jobs, and the Jewish men jobs as in all the finances. You gave them the solution to the problem. And now you look at our people and you say, well, pull yourselves up by your bootstraps. You look at us and say, well, I don't understand. Why would you want to live like that? And you blame us. And the worst part is the conditions that we live in weren't created by us. Now you can go, once again, anybody that knows American history past, a certain grade level, you would know that the ghettos weren't created by us. The conditions that exist in our communities weren't created by us. You have had your hand in our affairs ever since we've been here. And you created the ghettos. You created the poverty. You created the problem. And you know the solution, but you can't give us the solution. But you'll give money and to everybody else except us. Damn America, man. We need the I.S.U.P.K.
Damn right, brother. Man, Salaki. I'm gonna get that brother a hand right there for bringing that out. Because you know what? He told on himself in this article. He told on himself. He said we're gonna leverage every resource at our disposal. Really? Really? Let us check, let us do an internal audit. Let us check the budget. Let us quote unquote crunch the numbers, and let's see if you using every resource possible.
Right.
Because there's a lot of resources going into a lot of people's pockets, and I don't see nobody willing to take a pay cut in that city to stop crime. They just want to move away from crime. They want to move into a different zip code. That's what they want to do. But you want to call all the faith leaders and organizers. Okay, no problem. Then we knock on your desk. If we knock on your office, come first thing Monday morning. We need resources.
Right.
We got a plan. We need this. We need that. We need that. Then can you give it to us? This is what we need. We heard what you said. So how about we knock on your door first thing Monday morning, and let's see what you got to say about giving us what we need to help police our own communities.
Right.
So like I yield.
That's
so if I may.
Go ahead.
And so like I say, these points and them we're coming out. It's so spiritual in the sense that knowing that we his brothers, because now Jacob's sons, as we say, we scatter through the four corners of the earth. And as we read in these articles, now you're seeing the same situation that is taking place, as we say in America, taking place right here in the Caribbean. Because even when you look at all that little article and all that 15-year-old, gone down, and they say the casings on them, is different shots, shots, riddle. This 15-year-old boy, and as he said, he was a dropout at school, and just as Officer Kazak was not reading, they know the problems in the community. They know what we're facing, every day. They know the poverty that we're going through, and yet still, because of that now, they continue to help in the oppression. Even we own people help in the oppression. That young, as we say, young male, young women, we really find that, as I say, that place where you know they could find that sense of, or that place of comfort. But again, Barakataya, our chef, Commander General, and we know it's true that throughout the Caribbean here. And if brothers and sisters, true, as we say, these 12 tribes, as you say, try to get in the school, try to get in the I.S.U.P.K school, because now without classes, you wouldn't really have, as you say, a solid foundation. Because now we're learning in the Christian church, you're only learning to oppress your people more, and that's just a religion. But now you knowing your identity and knowing the truth, who you is, with as you say, with give that opportunity, with the scripture say, where the captain now bring out Zephaniah 2:1, we could really gather together and help to quell that oppression amongst this people. So like yes.
Right.
That's
right, brother.
And as I bring that up, they know that too, because there were tons of Black Wall Street all over America, and they destroy all of them. You understand? They know the problem, they know the solution to the problem. But they do not want that. They don't want to give us a solution. It's clear.
Right.
It's clear. Like once money is being put on the table, we are nowhere part of the talk on any of that whatsoever. You cannot tell me you're sending $30 billion to Ukraine for what? To fight a war and people starving here? Nah, just let Putin have it, man. All the way across on the other side, you're sending $30 billion to people who never sweat and bled for you.
Exactly.
Never sweat and bled. Go ahead. Cap.
And Cap, you're so right. Why don't they pull themselves up by the Ukrainian bootstraps? I love to keep saying that. Because every time I turn on the TV, I can't turn on CNN and I can't turn on Fox without Zelensky begging. Every time he in that same green Under Armour shirt, that fake camouflage green Under Armour shirt in a basement, probably in Miami, talking about we need more money.
You know
what I'm saying? Get out there and get busy. Stop capping and get to capping. You are saying we need more this. The damn Vietnamese, Vietnam, they had a bowl of rice. They had that mushroom, that fortune cookie hat and an AK-47, and they went out there and did what they had to do.
God.
You understand? So you mean to tell me, how can you be a free country if somebody financing your freedom, financing your war? Come on now.
Right.
Let's keep it real. Unless it's something else they ain't telling Black people and the American public about. Because they questioning a lot of the stuff that the international media, and we're not getting a lot of that news on the international media, which is why they're trying to get rid of TikTok and all that other stuff. But I just thank the Lord for our brother, like the brother said earlier, man, like all of Jacob's sons, all 12 sons, we down by law.
That's right.
And the oppression that's going on in the Caribbean is happening all over in these American cities and so forth, man. You know what I'm saying? But here's the thing, that we got the law of the Lord, and the law of the Lord is what can break the yoke off our necks of these oppressors. And we loved our neighbor as thyself. Now we can do business with each other. We can trust each other. We can finance each other. We can do different things to help build the industry that we alone and only we alone control. You know what I'm saying? It's so heavy, man. So like a Cap, I yield.
No, you were saying it's so heavy too. I just recall this too, right? Because I don't know if you could look this up, brother, but they were saying this, right? To show you how the oppressor is the devil, the Bible speaks of, and he knows what he needs to do to stay in power. You understand? Haiti, right? When Haiti had that disaster, right? They were getting millions of dollars donated to them. Millions of dollars donated to them. What happened to that money? Anybody know what happened to that money? Now we might have to go research this. But from what I heard, right? IMF took the money and then lended back to Haiti. You understand? So
Damn.
now what you going to do to people in Haiti? The money was sent to them, but they took it and I be loaned it back to them. So you in perpetual, you know what I mean, what, poverty? You understand? Like that is crazy. I know if you could find it. But that's something I hear. I'm too, you know what I mean? I'm too, you know what I mean, 100% about it. But you know what I mean? That's something, you know what I mean, I heard, you know what I mean, based on the fact that nobody seems to know where the money went for the disaster.
Right.
And was millions of dollars. I remember Bill Clinton and them foundation and all too was down there.
Right.
Getting a ton of money, and none was getting to the Haitians.
Right. And Salaki too. And that's another thing. We got to stop having these other outside sources as middlemen in our transactions, especially in our disasters. We got so many. Once again, this goes against the leadership, which is why they know who the I.S.U.P.K is. They don't really want strong leaders, because strong leaders we don't need no middleman. We go pick it up. We'll make sure you get the way exactly where it needs to be.
That's
you
right.
understand? But they don't want that. They want it to touch too many hands, and it's touching too many. It's touching, and every hand it touch, we get $1 short. Imagine that. Every hand our resources touch, it get $1 short. You know what I'm saying? Because they got all these quote unquote liaisons in the midst of our poverty. All these things. Well, you know what? This so quote unquote expert. I know this community. No, you're not. You a sellout.
That's right.
Yeah.
You understand? And a lot of these Negroes is giving out passes they're not authorized to give. You don't give an I.S.U.P.K no passes. Let me just make that plain and clear.
That's right.
You don't give us no passes.
Right.
If anything, we give you a pass.
Right.
Make no mistake about it.
Right.
And I stand on that. You understand? Because we prophets of the Lord. You understand? The Lord always sent a prophet. But the Bible says without division, the people perish. You understand? They want to be the gatekeepers, but the gates are language. All you doing is just siphoning out resources. You in Haiti and all that. And I'm hearing when these type of things happen, disasters, man, the price of everything is like the black market thrive. Price of everything go up. They got all kind of ways to get around the system and everything, man. Same thing with the Ukraine. They sending all them weapons over there. You creating a arms race over there right now. That's what's going on. Sending all that money. They don't know once them weapons and that money hit that ground, it go black, it go dark. You don't know where it's going. You don't know who it's going to. You don't know what. You ain't no receipts on that money and them missiles and stuff when they hit the ground over there. It go dark. So like I yield.
Kind of, if I could just add one, you know, to what Captain Kahan was bringing out, I can get Psalm chapter 10, verse 3. You know, and it's important that brothers and sisters understand when we speak about strong leadership, when we speak about the failures of the current leadership in our communities and the weak leadership, you know, what we're really saying is our people need righteous leaders. You understand? Strong leadership is righteous leadership. You understand? You need men who have honor and integrity, men who stand on, you know, their morals and the Lord's values above everything else. And that is what we are desperately lacking in our community. There's millions and billions of dollars circulating in the black community. The problem is it's in the hands of the wicked. It's in the hands of people who are unrighteous and who are following the culture of our oppressors. What we need is righteous leadership, men who understand the importance and the value that money has beyond being able to buy you something nice. Like the scripture says, you know what I'm saying? Money is a defense. The money that's circulating in the black, Hispanic, and Native Indian community should not be going to Balenciaga. Should not be going to Tesla and going to Mercedes-Benz and going to Cadillac for the goddamn, you know, brand new electric truck. There's the money that's in our community needs to be pulled together in order to protect and defend us from all the attacks from our enemies. But part of that attack is having us caught in a mentality that is purely covetous. The reason why the money that's circulating in the black community isn't having an impact in the right ways, is because all of it is going to satisfy lusts. The lust that we have is to try and be like our oppressor, to try and follow after the people who have oppressed us our entire existence in this place. I'm saying, if I can get Psalm chapter 10, verse 3,
the book of Psalms, chapter 10 and verse 3. The wicked, for the wicked boasteth of his heart's desire, and blessed the covetous, whom the Lord abhorred.
You understand? The wicked is talking about the oppressor. It's talking about the devil that the Bible speaks of. He boasts of his heart's desire. Think of all of the ambitions that our oppressor has, like we're talking about right now with that war in Ukraine. Ooh, they want to defeat Russia. They want to stop Russia at the border. They want to protect the Ukrainians and help save democracy. That's their desire, and they boast of it by sending $30 billion, dumping it into the goddamn war. And like Captain Gunn said, guns hitting the ground, disappearing. We don't know where none of that stuff is going. We don't know if that money is even being used to actually fund that war. But they boast of their heart's desire. They make it known, what it is, where their priorities lie. And they bless the covetous. Who are the covetous? Those are your sinful leaders. Those are your leaders who, instead of taking the money that they receive and doing the job of protecting and defending and helping the Lord's people, they go out and get rich, man. Think of all of the scandals we've heard over the years of black politicians and black mayors and black governors, black police chiefs taking bribes, funneling money here, funneling money there, stealing from, children's programs and all kinds of stuff. So like Cap, go ahead.
Hey, Cap, now I know you remember this one, Captain Soccer War. I know you too, Captain Nathak. You too, Kazakama. I know you probably remember this. Remember, there was a councilman in D.C. It was either D.C. or Maryland. She had money in the damn walls. They had busted. She had money under the toilet. And listen, they were hiding. They had money in the freezer. She was hoarding so much, and then the bitch had a food stamp card. So like, I mean, it was just so bad. So like, excuse my language, but it was just so bad how she was hoarding all this money. And listen, she had money that was supposed to go to children for laptops for school. For the black kids in the ghetto to get laptops so they can have, because a lot of black kids don't have laptops. You know what I'm saying? Let alone Wi-Fi. Now they just starting to bring them up to get Wi-Fi in the community so they can do their homework. But she had money that was designated for that, and she stole all the money. This is a black city councilman. I don't know if y'all remember that, but that was some years back, man. And they said they kicked in the door. They found money in the wall, in the freezer. What the money doing in the freezer? Like, I mean, come on, man. Like, we didn't got so evil. Like Captain Soccer War said, I hate to cut him off. I hate to interject, but what he said, it just struck a point with me. We done became so decadent in this place. This land of capitalism. We done became so decadent that we now care more about how good we look and how us stunting on each other than helping our own brothers and sisters, man. We supposed to be storing up riches for the kingdom.
Right.
You understand? This right here is temporary. This kingdom here is gonna pass away, like our King YAHANNA said. There's a new kingdom coming, man. You understand? So what Captain Soccer War is heavy, man. I just wanted to add on to what he was saying because it's a heavy point. When you said that, Captain, it made me think about that councilman or that alderman, whoever that was, in some years back in D.C. or Baltimore that stole all that money. I think it was over $3-4 million.
Concern, so if I could, so like what you bringing out was heavy, and I guarantee you, if somebody was to sit that sister down and have some private counseling with her and get to the core of why she did what she did, she would say, "I'm just trying to be like the people that came before me. I was just trying to be like Miss Betsy. I was just trying to be like Mary Ann or whoever the hell was in that office before her that was white and blonde hair and blue eyed. They got away with it. They was doing it. That was the way it was done. That's the whole reason why she wanted to become a councilman. That was the whole reason for her to go into politics, because of all the money that you can get. We have learned this way of life from our oppressors. We have learned that in this world, you don't take care of the poor. Come on, the poor. Come on, man. Nobody cares about them. You think this program is really about the poor? Nah. We just trying to You know, we're gonna say that we need this and say that we need that, but really the money is for us. Anybody that's ever worked, if sidebar, anybody that's ever worked in Esau's government, there are sections of the government where they have a budget that they get every year. And if they getting towards the end of the year and they ain't used up that budget, ooh-wee, brother, they go on spending sprees. It's $75,000 in the budget. It's December 1st. We got to spend $75,000 in the next month. They buying brand new chairs and seats and $20,000 toilet seat. When they don't know goddamn toilet seat costs $20,000, where's the money going? They are throwing money out of the window. Why? Because God forbid we don't spend it all, and maybe it trickles down to somebody who actually needs it. Nah, we're gonna blow through the 75,000, man, because we can't have a 75,000 less next year. Why? If we didn't need the 75,000, what do we need to spend the money for? That's just the way it is. You hoard whatever resources you can get. To hell with because here's why. We're gonna spend this $75,000 because it ain't like it's gonna go to the poor. Somebody else is gonna steal it. So rather than somebody else steal it, hey, I might as well be the one stealing it. Anybody ever heard that before? You ever talked to somebody who sold dope, sold drugs, a brother who could have worked a 9 to 5, could have had a decent job, paying a decent wage, and lived a decent life? But shit, man, if I don't sell this dope, somebody gonna sell it. That comes from our oppressor. That way of life, that train of thought of not considering the poor, not considering the ill, not considering the person who's afflicted, but only being in it for what you can get out of it. That comes from our oppressor, and that has been the ultimate detriment to our community of not having righteous leadership. Right. When you don't have leadership that trusts in the Most High, that understands the way that life works, that knows that the Most High is the one who has the final say on everything, people think that the things they doing in the dark is not going to come to light. They think that they're going to get away with being evil and with being wicked. And the Most High deals with us differently than he deals with these oppressors. There's going to come a day where this oppressor gets dealt with for all his crimes. But if you're a so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, the Most High going to make sure you get dealt with now so that an example can be made to the rest of his people. I don't approve of this. So, like,
So, like, if I may, too, what Captain Sakawar said is so heavy. I remember when I was in Esau military, it's the exact same with the military spending. Like, there's so many millions of dollars that just is what they say is just went missing. That's what they say. And Captain Nayathak, I went and looked up to what happened to all that money that was sent to Haiti. They said that the billions of dollars that was sent for the Haitian relief it got stuck in the intermediary companies, the non-government organizations and the different organizations. Like they said, it never reached where it was supposed to reach. It got stuck in all the intermediary, the middlemen, pretty much. So it's like it's so much money that's going around that's missing and being mishandled. And then you have the nerve to turn around and look at us like we're the problem. Like, why can't you just go make money?
Right.
It's disgusting.
So like, yeah, because check your private chat there, right? I send you the video. Started at 14.
14?
14, yeah, that's 14. $14.06.
Right. So like it's only a minute and 14 seconds, sir.
No, this.
Oh, hold on. Okay. I see it. Here you go. 1406. Convocan.
Yes, at 1406.
Okay, Convocan, sir.
All right.
I'm good.
Yeah. I mean, now you understand. Yeah, you're gonna get to understand. You know, what I mean, why in this poverty, and this poverty ain't how to put it. Like the poverty you're in is systematic. You understand?
Working with the IMF will be finding a balance between.
Yeah, 1406.
A long and complex relationship with the IMF. And like many developing countries, Haiti has struggled with debt and economic instability and has turned to the IMF for help on several occasions. One of the most significant examples of this occurred in the aftermath of the devastating earthquake that struck Haiti in 2010. In response to the disaster, the international community pledged billions of dollars in aid to help the country recover. However, much of this aid was channeled through the IMF, which used to provide loans to Haiti instead of simply giving it. In recent years, the country has since seen some cancellations of its debt or still has a amount of IMF. By the way, if you're getting value from this presentation, we would greatly appreciate it if you would give this video a like.
Subscribe. You understand? And they ain't gonna tell you, the IMF is the one that decide where the money was going. You understand what I'm saying? So them companies that they say take the money, IMF decide where it was going. Yes, hey, Shalom.
Hey, Shalom, yeah, what's
yeah. No, it's it. Still, I care about that too. Kapash, you know what I mean? Hey, Shalom warrior. Man, salute you.
Hey, Shalom.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead, Prince. Go ahead. Finish up the point you was making.
Yeah, what I was saying is the IMF, what they're saying is that the IMF, once the IMF give you money, or once your country take money from the IMF, they decide where that money is going to go. They decide where you're going to put it, where you're going to spend it, where you're going to do what with it. You understand? So those entities that they said that received the money is because the IMF did that, and Haiti had to do it like that, which lets you know, you know what I mean, that your country in poverty and is going to remain in poverty.
Which story was that?
That was the we were talking about the
Chicago,
situation in Chicago.
Yeah,
with the poverty, with the crimes and stuff that's going on. I mean, we're not.
On the tail end of talking about the evil of Esau's holiday, we got into talking about the poverty in our communities and how the oppressor takes advantage of that. Like rather than them, helping us out financially and addressing the problem, they'd rather fund law enforcement. They'd rather send aid over to Ukraine. They'd rather address a billion other things other than the issues that are plaguing our community. You know what I mean? So that's what we got into. But if I could, we was ready to shift to another story. I don't know if anybody had anything else they wanted to add. Could we please talk about this evil going on over there in the UK? This magazine cover in the UK. Salaki, they jumping this.
Which number is that one?
Oh man, I believe
7.
it's number
7, sir.
Number 7. Okay. It's rough. If we could pull up the visuals of it, and just, I mean, this is absolutely insane. Yeah, because I'm gonna read it, but I mean, I'll let the story come out first, and then we can get into it, sir. Salaki.
Come on, sir. Fashion magazine cover featuring pregnant transgender man Logan Brown sparks outrage. Could not sink any lower. A heavily pregnant transgender man has been featured on the cover of Glamour UK's June Pride digital issue, sparking heated backlash on social media. Logan Brown, a 27-year-old author who was born female but now identifies as a trans male, unexpectedly became pregnant with his partner Bailey Mills, a non-binary.
The article said he unexpectedly became pregnant. What in the hell did he think was going to happen?
Right.
No, what she think was going to happen?
Oh man, listen, read on. The partner was a non-binary what?
A non-binary drag performer. One day, I had this really weird feeling. It was early in the morning and Bailey was asleep. I took a pregnancy test and it was positive. Brown told Glamour UK's Chloe Law. I'd been off testosterone for a while due to some health issues, he said. It was like my whole world just stopped. That everything, all my manhood that I've worked hard for so long.
I can't take it, Cap.
I don't know. I can't do
all
it.
my manhood that I've been building for all these years.
Oh man.
Yo,
absolutely
insane.
You like that vitamin D though. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Like it. It's all my manhood that I've worked hard for so long just completely felt like it was erased, Brown said. It was really hard.
Manhood. That type of manhood is toxic manhood.
Right.
If I could, sir. If I could, sir. Stories like this highlight the insanity and the demonic nature of our oppressor, in that they believe that what separates a man from a woman is a haircut. Like what separates a man from a woman is the clothes that you put on. Like this is a woman, and nothing about this woman says man at all, except what she got a haircut. She got a, on the other pictures you show, she got a dog chain around her neck, like that. And in the minds of our oppressor, it's not about what you. It's not about your genetic makeup. Your genetic makeup. It's not about what's between your legs. It's not about what you do in the bedroom. And it's like, to them, man and woman is just the clothes you wear. It's just the deepness in your voice, or if you put on makeup. Like, but this is a woman who has chopped off her breasts and mutilated her body in who knows how many kind of ways. But because she got a fresh shape up, and that, I guess that's it. That's what makes her a man, because what else about this woman says man but that? This is a little girl. Salakia, go ahead.
And Salakia too.
Even come back. I can't take this one. This one here is it's too late for this, y'all. It's too late at night for these type of horror movies y'all showing me here. I got bedtime is around the corner. God damn.
Salakia. Salakia. I don't even want to say nothing more, sir, but Salakia.
Go ahead, Salakia. Go ahead now, because I might say something stupid.
What I don't understand is, okay, you went to be a trans man to get a man?
but Salakia, sir, but he was in a dress with makeup on. He's a queen. The man that impregnated her, like, this is ridiculous. Okay, she's supposed to be a man and he's supposed to be a woman, but in the bedroom there's a man and a woman there. So how are you a man getting impregnated? Like okay, you have to suspend so much in your mind. Like like, how does that even work? You just get Salakia. You just got impregnated by a man. How can you escape that? Like, how can you escape the fact that you're a woman in this bedroom and a man is doing what a man is doing to a woman? But what are you like? So what do you like? How are you a man in that moment? It's impossible. It just all of the make believe is suspended at that moment. While they are, the man and the woman is becoming one. There's only one man and one woman in that equation. Salakia, Cap. I'm trying to be eloquent about it.
No, I know you're trying to explain it, Cap, but I'm gonna look. Look, the why the Lord said that He gave them over to a reprobate mind. That's why the scriptures say these things. This is the manifestation of what we're looking at. You understand? And then it's like the baby destroyed the whole role play. The baby brought reality. Her getting pregnant, that brought that right there, that was a sting of reality then. You know what I'm saying? Like she said all her manhood that she worked for went out the door. Why? Because a baby because life came you realize that who you really were. That only a woman can carry a child. A man can't carry no child.
That's right.
You understand? So this right here, this is why God said that he gave them over to a reprobate mind. This is a vile affection. And this is and it's so evil because they gave a whole month for pride. You understand? Pride go before destruction.
Meanwhile, the Lord gave her 9 months.
The water. The water. Thank you, Cap. Hey, the water, Cap.
They have a whole pride month. 1 month, the Lord gave you 9 to remind you who the hell you is, nigga.
Exactly. You can't change God's nature.
Exactly.
So I didn't mean to cut you off, Cap. No, it's just so heavy. You can't change. You can't. Anytime you try to socially engineer a society outside of God's plan, it always backfires. It always, because you can't change what the Lord created, man. This right here, this Pride Month, this just goes to show you what's going on with this quote unquote fabricated minority group that they done made. You understand? It's like I yield.
If I could somebody just give me Revelation 17:5? This is all I had to say about it.
Okay.
Let me Revelation 17:5 real quick. You know, they say glamour UK. Glamour supposed to be a spectacle, something, you know, to look at, and I guess that's really what it is. You know what I mean? This is confusion upon confusion upon confusion. You know what I mean? Jeremiah used to say something in camp a long time ago. It's like a homosexual eating a pork sandwich. It's like sin on top of sin on top of sin. That the scripture say that adding sin to sin. Like this is so much confusion going on here. And okay, this is who is behind Disney. This is who is behind the TV screen on Nickelodeon, on your Cartoon Network, on your YouTube videos, on your reels, and all them little cartoons them kids like to watch. This is who is behind it. So you're gonna have to explain this to a child someday. Meanwhile, you mad at us for trying to build a better kingdom, when this is what's going on in the United Kingdom. Good night, boy. I mean, that's a ridiculous. Give me the scripture. I mean, I can't take too much more of this, bro.
The book of Revelation, chapter 17 and verse 5. And upon her forehead was the name written, Mystery Babylon the Great.
Mystery, because this is a mystery right here. This is a mystery right here. Try to figure this thing out. Trans pregnant proud is a woman, but she's now a man, but somehow, you know, she was shocked when she got pregnant because she has female parts and had sex with a man who thinks he's a woman. Mystery. Babylon the Great. Confusion. A great confusion. That's what's going on here. Go ahead.
The mother of harlots and abomination of the earth.
The mother of harlots and the mother of abominations on the earth. This is what this is here. This our oppressor society is this thing right here. The mother of abominations. That there is what the child gonna be? If the mother want to be the father and the father want to be the mother, what the hell will the child be? Please tell me. The child gonna be the pet.
That's right. That's right.
What is this
child gonna come out to be?
Non-binary.
What the hell is that? Non-binary. What is that?
That's exactly.
Good night. But if I could, go ahead.
And look, he wrote a children's book. This same woman, transgender woman, or male, whatever the hell she called herself, she wrote a children's book, Cap. That's called My Daddy's Belly.
You sure it's not an adult book? Because the woman trying to be a man who lose her manhood is now a mother trying to be a father, right? In a children's book, it might be an adult book.
Right.
It might even be a children's book. Call what my daddy's belly, brother. That's confusion.
That's right.
That's the height of confusion, Ark. That's the height of confusion. I don't know, but I think I know somewhere that might like this amount of confusion.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I think I know some people who would like this confusion right here.
Right.
Oh my word. Go ahead.
You see them, right? I think these guys would like this level of confusion.
Yep.
Right here. Y'all know who that is, right?
Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if they don't know, please, Kazak, please read.
Hey, Cap.
Right here. Go ahead, please,
That is one of the colors in the rainbow.
It's listen, and somebody pull that for me. Somebody pull what the color purple is in the rainbow. What does it represent? You know what I mean? Kazak, could you read these words that's on the screen? Are you able to see it?
It's loading right now, so it's still loading.
No sweat.
Yep, I can read it.
Go ahead.
Count time. A transgender Evansville woman shot in the face Sunday. Say it again.
What kind of woman?
A transgender woman.
Oh man.
Shot in the
we was just reading about a transgender man. Now we're reading about a transgender woman. Go ahead.
Shot in the face Sunday, told police that her alleged attacker, who identifies with a black separatist group, shouted a homophobic slur during the assault.
Go ahead.
Gerald Dwayne Lewis, 26, is accused of shooting 55-year-old Crystal Raquel Cash at 715 North 1st Avenue. On his Facebook page, Lewis claims membership in Israel United in Christ. Which
say it again? Membership with who?
Lewis claims membership in Israel United in Christ.
Yikes.
Which the Southern Poverty Law Center has identified as a hate group. Lewis made his first court appearance via video from the Vanderburgh County Jail on Tuesday afternoon. Lewis faces preliminary charges of attempted murder, robbery, and carrying a handgun without a permit. During that hearing, Vanderburgh County Court Senior Judge Carl Helt set Lewis's bond at $5 million surety or $500,000 cash. Lewis is due back in court on Friday at 1 p.m. when formal charges are expected to be filed in the case.
No, understand this. There's a place that what's the name of the pregnant woman man?
Browns, something Brown, sir.
Logan Brown.
Logan Brown. There's a place Logan Brown can go. There's a place Logan Brown can go where they might get accepted, because this is a transgender man, right? So he might get shot in the I.U.P.K. They might just fully accept him in the I.U.P.K. Her and her husband. You understand? They like them types over there, as you can clearly see. As you can clearly see. Just in case you're unsure about the what's his name? What's the one we just saw? Something
Dwayne Lewis.
Yeah. Mr. Just in case you're unsure about Mr. Lewis's affiliation, this is him right here with the leader of the Purple Posse.
Come on.
Right? You know what I mean? This is him right here with a picture with the leader of the Purple Posse watching the police favorite show on TV, the Law and Order. That's what cops like to watch.
Right.
That's their favorite pastime.
Right.
And this is him here with the leader of the Purple Posse, brother. And he went and had sex with a, transgender, transsexual, whatever you want to call it. That Logan Brown, there's a place like Logan Brown probably would have gotten pregnant by him. Probably would have gotten pregnant by him with all that purple.
It's like it looked like they're in a hotel room.
Say again?
I said it looked like they're in a hotel room.
Hotel, motel, holiday inn, and that's what R. Kelly said. We be here till 6 in the morning.
Oh, boy.
So who are the purple? The color purple.
I got it right here, sir.
Go ahead.
Violet or purple. The last color represents spirit. Purple is often thought of as a regal royal color that on its own denotes pride. Like blue, purple is considered
Hold on. Purple or violet, the last color, Roy G. Biv, the last color, the V,
right,
is thought to be to display pride.
Right.
And Nate is proud as he could be. He's so proud. You see the little heavy one in the back there with his shirt, with the menorah, with what's supposed to be the black Jesus on there. That's Nate's face on that one.
Right.
Nate is so proud, he had them paint himself as Jesus Christ.
That's great.
Because purple denotes pride. What kind of pride?
Right.
Gay pride. We're about to find out. Go ahead.
Sir. Like blue, purple is considered a calming color, but rather than being associated only with calm, the color purple connects us to the spiritual realm.
The spirit. Purple is the spirit of pride, is the spirit of gay.
Right.
If you're homosexual, purple represents the spirit. It's, like how you have the Holy Spirit. Purple is the pride spirit, brother. And they're just full of pride. That's the one who was with the tranny right next to him. Exactly. To what? Hotel, motel, holiday inn. If your date is acting up, then bring a tranny friend.
Yikes.
Hey, Salah Cap.
Go ahead,
Hey, Logan Brown, he said, and I quote, he said, "I'm a pregnant trans man and I do exist. No matter what anyone says, I'm living proof." That's what he said.
Listen, if he do exist, you bet your ass gonna find him. They're gonna find him, man. They're gonna find that thing right there. Because they're full of pride. That LGBTQ community is full of absolute pride. It's a ridiculous thing.
So, sir, if I may.
I'm pregnant and I do exist. Like you a unicorn.
Right.
You something that people just have to dream about. Go ahead, because
sir. And as I was reading the article, just a little further down, for the gay community, well, you try to act like your community is all about love and uniting together. First, if I could, just 2 points. In DC, last weekend, they had a separate event for the black gays and the black lesbians and the black transgenders. And it begs the question, why the hell are you separating the gay community by race if this is a community of love and a community of unity? And I can't, I did some reading, sir. They had to add black and brown stripes to that gay flag just so they can have more representation of black gays and lesbians and transgenders, because even within the gay community, if you are black, Hispanic, or Native American, you're still a nigger. You understand?
Yeah.
And also, too, sir, I was reading right here. It says in the article, it says gay rights activist Fred Sargent said glamour has missed the point of Pride Month. Pride Month has become a competition amongst trans panderers to see who can most completely lose the plot about what Pride was created to commemorate and celebrate, he tweeted. Like, even within your own community, you gays, you hate the trannies, and you trannies, you hate the lesbians, and all of you hate the pedophiles, even though, that's part of your community. Y'all act like you hate the pedophiles. There's no love or unity within that community. And you're racist, too. You understand? You're racist.
But you know who they all hate? Black men.
Right.
They all have a penchant for black masculinity in black men.
That's right.
An absolute
That's right.
penchant for black men.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Look at them.
Man.
They hide in the black one with the whole gay thing.
Damn.
Because that's what's really happening in the LGBTQ community.
And Salakia. And it's just so heavy with the Bible when the Bible talked about Adam, how he covered himself with fig leaves. You understand? Try to hide himself from the Lord. The Lord, you can't camouflage your spirit from the Lord. You can wrap yourself in a rainbow. You can wrap yourself in the American flag. You can wrap yourself in any kind of thing that you think, but the Lord still knows his people. Right. Which is why when Adam heard the Lord's voice, he hid himself. And the Lord had to tell him, who told you you was naked? Who told you? You understand? But look at this right here.
I have a question. Who gonna tell them that they're gay? Who gonna tell them that they gay? Like, listen, you say you can wrap yourself in this. The only thing you ain't mentioned is wrapping yourself in purple. Because listen, that's one there with the wavy dreadlocks. That nigga is gay. That nigga, I heard they hate the word nigga. Look him over here with the wavy dreadlocks. That is a gay man. Look at him. His countenance show it forth in his face. This other one in the middle here look like he's struggling. The one with the sunroof head, the sunroof horseback head. He's half football in the front.
I pulled it off the chamber, Shaq.
Yeah, hold on, Cap. Look, oh my goodness.
Listen, this one at the bottom with the one braid coming down in front like a broad. I don't know if you're understanding what the hell going on here. And you see the police camera over here, right? You see it built into the shirt.
I see it.
And there's gay men in this picture.
And who when they put this picture together, right? And they decided the font, right? And they said, okay, let's put this color font. They didn't decide to put the gold. You notice they don't emphasize the gold.
Got pink and purple in that thing. It got hot pink. Day 21.
That's not even purple. That's pink.
That's
right,
no warrior. Oh my goodness.
You're right. Salakia.
That's hot pink.
They didn't even add the gold. They just left the gold out. They said, "Don't worry about the gold. We got this." Put the bubble. They put the bubble letters like they're working at the car wash.
That looked like a birthday. The birthday font. You know how when somebody did happy birthday or Mother's Day, like the Mother's Day font. Yeah, that's what that looked like. Happy Mother's Day.
But this is the type of organization. Oh, Salaki.
No, go ahead, Cap.
I was gonna say, when you have a leader, their leader, Nasty Nate, when a man like that who was sent by the NYPD, we got the information. He was sent by the NYPD. The NYPD also sent agents into the Black Panther Party. We got that information too. The NYPD sent agents into the Black Panther Party in the 60s, 70s. And so when you have a man like that who's sent by the NYPD go out and create an organization, and the NYPD have all the information about Nate, all his gay pictures and information, they have all that. They're using it for the leverage against him. When a man like that goes out and opens up, funded by the government, opens up schools and teaches, that's who's going to gather to him. All the men like this. All the men like this are going to gather to him because they're like him. And
brother,
you'll see that organization is full of cops who are in and out of the payroll, agents, because we got the information. They had over 750, close to 750 paid agents in the state of California during the 60s and 70s who were sent out.
Yeah, man. Kapash, you going through the core Intel Pro. Get to the gay men in this picture, brother.
How many undercover?
I rather the CIA, FBI agents, brother. Look at the yes bitch dreadlock nigga over here. He look like a yes bitch over here, brother. Like you still giving them some sort of credence with the FBI and this. These niggas is gay.
Yeah, like if I could, Cap, that nigga like he absolutely gets his eyebrows arched. That nigga had went to one of them salons with a man or perm your beard. Like that nigga did all kinds of shit. Like that nigga is absolutely, he's absolutely fully IUIC. So lucky.
Yeah. And the one in the back in the middle look like his he have a his wrist look like it bends, you know what I mean? A little bit too much, man. look like, you know what I mean? He's struggling to keep that fist up. He's struggling. The wrist going bend just now.
Let me tell you what he looks like. He looks like he gets high to help him cope with the gayness. If you look at his whole features, it's very, the shame is on his face. Like the countenance is all the way there. Don't look at Jeffrey Dahmer down in the corner here. Jeffrey Dahmer in the corner here. Anything missing in Memphis? Check Jeffrey.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and you see the one this one right here with the one strand coming down over his face, like he think he looking fine, brother, and his hair's pulled back, and he have this one strand coming down.
It's like it's wrapped into his beard, like the braid go and like wrap into. Like I guess that's a new style. I don't know.
No, that ain't no style, Cap.
It looks like it's wrapped. It's like it's wrapped into the beard. I don't know.
There's a lot of sugar going on in this thing. Like, I don't know what kind of sugar it is, but there's a lot of sugar going on in this thing here. But Logan Brown could really find, absolute solace in that organization right there. That organization is as confused as this pregnant woman man. They're so that confused. Go ahead.
I could definitely say when you brought out, that was heavy, you brought out about the purple being the spirit of pride. You know what I'm saying? Because that's right there. And that's spiritual. You understand? Like that lets you know right there the spirit that organization is operating out of and how the carnality they operating out of, even though they want to proclaim themselves to be spiritual. Look at what's going on with their organization. Look what happened with their members. You understand? Look what happened. Exactly. No, never forget Joe Morgan. I'll never forget when they came down to New Orleans and they was talking about, we brought out Joe Morgan. They said, well, why don't you just let that sister rest in peace? No, we want her to rise again. We want her to rise again. We don't want her to rest in peace. We want you to hear her name in your sleep. We'll never forget Joe Morgan. You understand? I hate to sound Christian, but you can't steal our joy over here.
Right.
Yeah,
that's right.
You won't take our joy. You understand? Like we gonna continue to keep that sister's memory alive. You know what I'm saying? Joy Morgan, you know what I'm saying? That sister was murdered in that organization. Murdered.
That's right.
And nobody snitched, I might add. Nobody snitched on nobody.
Yeah.
They didn't snitch then.
And Kahana, if I could too, with like they talk about how all we want to talk about is Joy Morgan. All we want to talk about is Emmett Hill. All we want to talk about is Philando Castile. All we want to talk about is, give me some more. Eric Garner.
Trayvon Martin.
Trayvon Martin. Tamir Rice. What's the brother who got shot outside the convenience store down there in the south in Louisiana? Not Terrence Crutcher. Terrence Crutcher is another one who got shot too. The brother who had the I think he was selling CDs or something. And
Alton Sterling.
Alton Sterling.
Yeah. Right.
All we want to talk about is the murder of our people unjustly. So don't be surprised when we talk about Joy Morgan, because we're talking about everybody, and we talk about our King Yahawashi too, who was also murdered unjustly. You get the point? Like they surprised at us because we don't forget those of us who didn't get justice.
Yeah.
That's what they're really surprised at. Like, all you want to talk about is Joy Morgan. Yes, nigga. What the hell else is there to talk about? Nate?
That's right.
Nasty Nate? No, man. We ain't forgetting that. We ain't forgetting.
Right.
You know what I mean? We definitely ain't forgetting that. And as long as you have this in your organization, yeah, man. Day 21. What's happening on day 22? If this is day 21, god damn, you're gonna have 2 gay dreadlock niggas in day 22.
Right. If anybody in the IUIC want to come forward and repent, come on to the UPK. Let us know what you know that you ready to.
Kapash, they can stay over there. Salak.
No, they're not coming in. They can just tell us what they can just tell what they've been doing.
Just make a video. We'll find it. Don't even come over here. Don't nothing. Just make the video, put it out. We'll find it. But that thing there is oozing something, you know, horrible. Like, who would approve this file? Damn. But they're so bold. They're full of pride. They think this one is it. Imagine that somebody looked at that flyer and says, "Boss it. That's the one." Somebody looked at this and be like, "That's the one."
He said,
man. Damn, Boston, that's the one.
Yeah, I'm gonna fall out my chair here, man. Oh man.
Y'all could not put a headpiece on old halter back sunroof head over here.
I know what's going on with him, Mark.
He looking so out of place. He look, I don't know.
Damn. Salaki, sir, if I may too. It's okay. Just seeing these cats. Like, I met a couple of these IUIC cats a couple years ago. I remember one in particular, and they all have something in common. When you really meet them one-on-one, like you do a lot of talking online and in these videos, but you different when you run into UPK brothers one-on-one. And I ran into a couple of them a couple years ago. And there was one I remember. I ran into him at the liquor store, and he seen me. And it was almost as if it was like, okay, I didn't know these niggas was really real in person. Like, that's the kind of vibe he gave off. And he came up and he was smoking the black and mild. And he said, I was like, I was like, I forgot what I said to him, but he was like, man, I'm just trying to figure. I was like, you in the IURC, huh? He's like, man, I'm just trying to figure things out right now. He's like, he's smoking the black and mild. And he, his whole countenance was real effeminate. And I just I thank the Most High for commanding YAHANNA and all the generals and the captains that I'm a part of something, that the Lord chose me to be a part of something that's not about numbers and not about colors, but that's about righteousness and masculinity. Like, I could give a damn about how many niggas are around me. Right. I want to be around some real niggas, some masculine niggas. Right. Ain't got to worry about if a nigga looking at me in a funny way. Like, I couldn't stomach that, knowing I got to worry about, is this nigga looking at me? Because I would go crazy because of that. I thank the Lord for the UPK, because I couldn't do it. I don't know how y'all do it with all that purple, and I don't know how you do it. It's like
that's it. Now, that's always remind me of too. You all saw that. I know everybody saw 300. That movie 300.
Yeah.
When what's his name? The king name? Leonidas. Met them other characters. I forget the other people that was coming to fight with them. And they say, and they looked at Leonidas and them and said, what? You only bring in 100 men to fight what? A whole army? I said, yeah, this is all we need. He said, who you bringing? Hey, what's your profession? I'm a gardener. What's your profession? I'm a farmer. I'm a painter. All right. Leonidas looked back and said, "What's your profession?" And he said he's I think was soldier or something. I forget how it go. But them men, he brought 100 soldiers, and them men brought 300 painters and farmers, and that's the IUIC. You understand?
Yep.
That's them in a nutshell. You know what I mean?
Listen, I go even one further. They not even the painters on the farmer, because I say I wonder how they even do it. I hope they're using protection. I hope they do it with contraceptives, because one of them might get pregnant, like Logan. One of them might get pregnant. So I hope they're using, get the purple one, you damn sodomite. Get the dark contraceptive.
Right.
Good night.
Yikes.
Yeah. Irene, good. Listen, the dreads with the curly dreads. Look at his eyes raised. Oh my God, this nigga. I bet he have on high heels in that picture.
Oh my God.
And Elwood. That's all them gay shows are. That's them. That's crazy, brother. That's a crazy one right there. It looks like the whole thing is just, that's wild. But that's what we're living in. Mystery Babylon the Great. The mother of all abominations, sir.
That's right.
Of all of it. You know what I mean? You'll get your act together at UIC. I mean, you'll let this fly out. You're going to be really, soon you're going to see more gayness coming out of them. Openly featured.
Yeah. They come in.
You know what I mean?
You cannot tell me a manly person approved that. That ain't no. You somewhere else. And in that article too, the woman, said that she came off, I think what the testosterone, right? Because of some illness. Which lets you know more than likely all them, all them medication they're taking to suppress whatever, whatever how to put it, what that natural body that the Lord give you. You know what I mean? It's causing more harm than good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And which shows you she came off of that and she got pregnant, which lets you know all the time she was suppressing being a woman. You know what I mean? Living some pipe dream of being a man. You know what I mean? And they don't come out until it. That's like the movie or the documentary of What Is a Woman? And the woman who was who did the same thing, who tried to be a trans man, she said that she was getting sick a lot of times because of the surgery they had to do on her private, where the hair was growing back in and what other dramas. You know what I mean? They don't tell you about that side. They don't tell you about that side of it. You know what I mean? It's almost like when it comes to abortion, they don't tell the woman after she go get abortion, it's going to mess with her for the rest of her life. You know what I mean? She doesn't know that. She doesn't understand that. You know what I mean? And they don't explain this thing to you. But you're gonna be pregnant at the age of 20, kill that child, commit abortion, and then at the age 40, you'll be crying because the Lord didn't give you nothing else, and you're wanting it.
Exactly.
You understand? But they don't tell you these things that you're gonna regret it. You know what I mean? You can't murder somebody and then walk out that room and think life gonna be normal after that. You're a murderer,
right?
You understand? Just like you can't, take testosterone to think you're gonna be a man and walk out the room. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean, and think things gonna be normal. No, you're a woman and you're gonna get pregnant if somebody stick rod in you.
So like if I could, I was like me to cut you off, Cap.
No, I'm good. I you.
No, that's why the Bible say pride go before fall, and and let me tell you something. There's gonna be a lot of people that's gonna fall. You understand? Because of pride. You're gonna see it. This is just the beginning. So a lot of things gonna be coming out because of the evil. You know what I'm saying? Like we in the day of judgment. We getting closer to that day. You know what I'm saying? So you think the Lord every time, remember this, Israel, every time in the Bible that there was a dispute of who God was with, it always ended up bloody.
That's right.
God, when God chose who He was with, let's just say it was two different Israel, two different groups in Israel, or two different people, groups of prophets saying that God was with them, or God wasn't with the other one, and Israel was indecisive. God always, when He made clear who He was with, it always ended bad for the ones who He wasn't with. Always. And you're gonna see that in these times. You watch. You ain't got to question if the Lord with the I.S.U.P.K or not. You ain't got to question if the Lord with Command Junior Hotter. You sit back and watch. You watch what the Lord do. He always gonna show who He with. He did it. He did it with Elijah. He did it with Elisha. He did it with all the prophets. He always show who He with. You know what I'm saying? So you keep paying attention. You're gonna see. I yield.
You're right. You're right. Listen, he did it. He did it with the Israelite school, the U.P.K, and all them fake groups, all them, who's who. You got your GMS, where they at now, can't be found. Yeah, the candy cane Negro, where they are now, their leader dead in jail and suffered as a sinner. He was locked up not for the work of the Lord, but for stealing money. So, just keep watching, and we'll have another example to add to the list. Yeah, man. And now, in fact, this was the interview you was talking about here with the woman.
I never fit. I was an alpha female, a sales executive that kind of just didn't fit in any box. When psychologists or somebody that I was in love with or whatever said that I was in the wrong body, I started to think, well, maybe I am. I'm a biological woman that medically transitioned to appear like a male through synthetic hormones and surgery. I will never be a man. Is it transphobic for me to tell the truth? Why is it that in a couple hundred years from now, if you dug up my body, they're gonna go, yeah, that was a woman, had babies.
Can you tell me about the procedures that you had?
I've had 7 surgeries. I've had one stress heart attack. I've had a helicopter life ride with a pulmonary embolism. I've had 17 rounds of antibiotics. I had 6 inches of hair on the inside of my urethra for 17 months. Nobody would help me, including the doctor that did this to me because I lost my insurance. I get infections every 3 to 4 months. I'm probably not going to live very long.
Was there any real discussion of the risks and the side effects? And
no, there's not.
It's not. She complaining about, or he complaining about. Salaki. I don't know. I'm even confused now at this time. She complaining about she had 6 inches of hair inside, her private area. You could have had some inches of something else and been fine. You could have had something else in you and been fine.
Yeah.
But you wanted to go meddle with what the Lord made, and now you scared that you might die. You say you had 2 or 3 stress heart attacks?
So
that is absolutely crazy. That's crazy.
It's a lucky Cap.
Yeah, I know that people.
Oh no, go ahead, Cap. I was gonna just say something. Man. You go ahead and play.
No, go ahead, please.
Now, all this come from trying to change what the Lord already made natural.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like the leopard can't change his spots. So why the hell you trying to change what the Lord already created? Like it's gonna be more of a burden trying to be somebody. That's why I don't respect the LGBTQI community. Because you're not honest with yourself.
Right.
You want everybody else. I understand. I see what they're trying to do with the self-identification and try to make everybody respect them, their definition of who they are and all that stuff. But it's all a lie. It's all wrapped in a lie. You won't be honest with yourself. You can't stand the truth.
Right.
So I yield.
I'm gonna play a little bit more of this one. We could roll out after.
I want to think that there is, but there's not. The truth is that medical transition is experimental. We have studies that said that medical transition helps mental health with kids. They've all been retracted, modified, changed. But the only long-term study tells us 7 to 10 years is when transgender people are the most suicidal. After surgery. But that's transphobic to say.
Puberty blockers, which are completely reversible and don't have permanent effects, are wonderful because we can put that pause on puberty. Just like if you were listening to music, you put the pause on and we stop the blockers and puberty would go right back to where it was. The next note in the song just delayed that period of time.
You can just pause puberty.
No, you can't.
And then pick it up.
No, you can't.
In the future.
No, you can't. How many studies do they have, long-term studies, on hormone blockers with children? None. For the first time in history, a marginalized group has a huge dollar sign on the top of their head. Every child that they convince is transgender and in need of...
Meanwhile, the black people have had a huge dollar sign on the top of their head since Moses. But now you want to talk about it for the first time in history. This is why y'all plague yourself. Y'all don't want to recognize what's actually going on in reality. So y'all go create your own alternative reality that's full of diseases and heart attacks and 6 inches of internal pubic hair growing that infecting you behind every 3 months.
Medical transition, it generates $1.3 million to pharma. And we're believing a pharmaceutical company, Lupron, hormone blockers, reversible, so they say. Well, the truth is that in 2003, Lupron was sued and deemed a criminal enterprise by the US government. They paid the most fine of any pharmaceutical company at that time, $874 million, wrote a check.
Is Lupron chemical castration?
Yes. We're giving it to pedophiles, aren't we? We're giving it to people that are dying, and we're giving it to kids, telling them that they were born in the wrong body and it's completely safe. We're telling children when they haven't fully developed that all you have to do is medically transition and you fit in. I was one of those kids. It got me at 42. Your child doesn't have a chance.
What do you say to parents? A parent comes to you and says, my 8-year-old son is telling me he's a girl.
Yeah, great. You're going to have them do an experimental procedure that creates the most suicidal ideation of any other population 7 to 10 years after, transition. And here's what I tell parents. You don't have the right to medically transition your child.
Can kids consent? Do you think kids are capable of consenting to this?
No, they're not. Being a parent is loving the hell out of your kids and helping them see around corners. We have 5 children's hospitals in the United States promoting that.
And what?
That's a phalloplasty. That's a bottom surgery. We have 5 children's hospitals in the United States telling girls that they can be boys at $70,000 a pop in a surgery that has a 67% complication rate. That will kill me from infection that I can't sue on. We're butchering a generation of children because nobody's willing to talk about anything. I have 3 kids. At the age that they're doing this to kids. I'm not transphobic.
I ain't care about the tears, so like you. You didn't love them kids enough. You didn't love them kids enough. Neither and Logan Brown, that trans woman ain't love that kid enough either. They're gonna abuse that child, and that child gonna be more confused than anybody. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
And that's why the Bible is so right, man. When the Bible talks about being born again, we as Israelites, we have the opportunity to YAHANNA to be born again. You don't have to transition. That's the carnal way of trying. They trying to recreate themselves and give themselves a new life with this surgery and all this unclean life, this unclean spirit they have. but we can be born again. We can be born and we can be a new creature in Christ, becoming whatever we was in the world. We can now be a new person and follow Christ.
Right.
Coming into the I.S.U.P.K, changing your life and becoming a brand new person. But this is how on the left-hand side it looks, getting surgery. And it's sad that a lot of those surgeries are botched. They go into people who not even really certified to get those surgeries. It was a sister that passed away this week recently. A sister that she was a celebrity, man, a young sister, man. Died over a surgery, man. Got two daughters. Not it wasn't one of those LGBTQI surgery. It's just a makeover surgery. But that show you how serious a surgery is serious, man. You understand? That's a serious process going under a knife. That's a serious process, man. So you can't just try to make yourself try to be like Frankenstein and I'm gonna move this. Like you ain't like a Mr. Potato Head. I'm gonna move this piece over here. I'm gonna move this piece over there. It ain't like that. You understand?
Right.
Stop tampering what God said to leave alone.
That's right.
I yield.
And if I could, the only reason that person coming out because their surgery got messed up. If her surgery was a success, she'd be out here saying, "Oh, this is great. Everybody needs to do it. All the kids need to do it." So, what you gonna do? You gonna go get chopped up like that? You gonna get the same fate.
Yeah.
I don't know. We all. But the only trans I have is a transmission. And that's about it. I have an automatic transmission. In the UK here, they drive manual transmission. That's about it. But I don't know about the other stuff that they're talking about with this thing here. But, you know what I mean? So I think we're good to go there. I'll catch the last to water for y'all and we'll come for the last few minutes of this thing. And
what's that, guys?
Damn, I come in for y'all hold them stories for me, boy. Y'all do all the good, interesting stories before. Y'all come on all the nasty shit for me, huh? God damn. Plus, I come on. Hey, yeah, let's talk about that one in the UK with the man boy woman with the belly. Doing all the old nasty shit for me. Good.
Hey, Cap. Hey, even though she got pregnant, she still defined. She said, I'm a man that's pregnant and I do exist. No, you don't exist. Like, come on, man.
God, I'll go one further. She was trying to be a man, got pregnant, and did not have an abortion.
Damn right. That's right, Cap. That's a good point.
I think we could roll out on that one. I think we had to roll out on that one. That she was trying to be a man, got pregnant, got by accident, and did not say, let's get rid of it. In fact, wrote a book called Daddy's Belly.
Come on, Cap.
I mean, whatever. Listen, we did high school at U.P.K. started on 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Makuda says she's a good dad. Makuda says she gonna be a good daddy. She gonna be a good daddy. Good night. Yeah, I mean, we're gonna teach the truth about this Bible and raise our people up, man.
That's right. That's right.
Again, thank you all for holding it down. The usual suspects inside, Captain Nasak. Y'all forgive me, I think my computer moving a little bit slow. Yeah, I mean, Captain Kahan holding it down all the way, all the time. Yeah, I mean, Chief Sack G holding it down there. We have tonight got Memphis.
Come, sir, come.
Memphis, Tennessee. Yeah, Captain Kapash holding down Indianapolis, Indiana. Yeah, man, two heavy hitters here for sure. Officer Kazak from DC always holding it down. And tonight we definitely have Officer Swap coming in from Trinidad.
Damn right.
Yeah, man, definitely appreciate y'all always rocking, always making the show real entertaining and informative at the same time, keeping the right balance, keeping the right type of masculinity, not the one you could go buy and get an injection for. You know what I mean? Holding it down again for Commander John YAHANNA, hardest working man in Israel. They'll clap it up, holding it down. You know what I mean? Y'all get prepared. Commander John YAHANNA is going to be, okay, come September, get prepared. Just listen, stay tuned for dates, times, everything else. Get prepared. UK, y'all about to shake. It's going to be impressive. Yeah, I mean, and with that, we're going to roll out tonight. Keep tuned Monday. The general going to be inside, rocking it out with the heavy hitters live on America on Fire. You know, we're going to see you all then, Israel. Shalom.
Shalom.
Yeah, you know what it is. 140 for the rebel, busy man shit, nigga. They take their head over, nigga.
I pray where Eve did to Adam, I just pray my love don't lie to me. Swing the iron like stamps and I can't let no holder lie to me. I don't feel these rappers, oh they lies, this hypocrisy. Ain't no competition, ain't no rivalry. Niggas think I'm playing, I don't hear one word they saying, this shit light work. Think Muhammad one of us, he might lose his life first. Circle up and stay alert, another cop just stress the nigga. He a demon, this an exorcism, watch I bless the nigga. You took that oath in blood, then you know I'm gon' get active with you. Fuck the opposition, I see vision, let me paint the picture. Rappers claim they spit, I ain't listening, is in fact the If revenge was a woman, now I stroke that bitch like Jacob. So Tower War, we gon' run the summer, it's gon' be historical. Thought they making plays, made them niggas call the audible. Ask who run this shit, but that question is rhetorical. Bitch, I'm the one, me cookies with the oil. I'ma get them crackers, hell should've never kidnapped my family. I can't just do that, bet I be the last nigga standing. Do a life sentence for my niggas, pray you understand me. I might put a switch on this Glock and call it young baby. How you real trigger know them dots, you a bird feeder. Claiming he a demon, what's a demon to a cold leader? What he saying something, I ain't hear him, this shit light. It ain't about who got this gun, it's about who gon' up that pipe first. I turn a bad situation to a game changer. Bring soldiers from the dead, just raised up the chain frame. Shots, I'ma look like Aaron Jones when I run it. Never bite the hand and feed you, you'll never get that hand back. He bitchin' about 10%, I don't wanna hear none of that. He dropping sword, fuck him, just make sure you get that cover back. Look around, he ain't with us, probably cause he never was. Now my chin like you with the angels for your brothers. Everybody wanna be Richard Porter, God kill him like Alpo. Play if he want, it's laying in the trunk like Lee Malvo. I'm a certified woman's ass nigga, I am not a toy. Hey, I with that hollow sign, yeah, this the rim accord. Feel like Gullah Jack when I'm in Fayetteville, you feel your boy. Still up on my brain, still I think that's all that I do. The way I get that boy lost, they gon' start to call him Elroy. Fuck his game, pop out on them demons like I'm Hellboy.